everyone! How we doing today? Hope everyone's doing well on this fine Saturday evening. Took me a second there. Hope everyone's having a good time. God, who... I gotta make sure my... Did everyone have a good... Wins! Hi! Hey, I just want to stop in and say hi, since I haven't watched the Lost VOD all the way through. Okay, fair enough. It was a time, a good time. But, a lot happened. We're doing Antebellum. Alright. Back it up. Where I need like a sound effect. Misty, what are you doing? My cat wants out. You know how cats are. They want in, they want out, then they want in. I was like, you're never in here when I stream. You want in, and then as soon as we start, she wants out. I'll let you out. Okay. Holding her up to the mic. No? Okay. I don't know if they picked it up. Okay. Anyway. Cat break out of the way. Yes, we're gonna find out who committed a hate crime. We're sure gonna find out who murdered Mint. Because if you missed it last time, basically, we were all chilling, everything was fine, and all of a sudden, everything was not fine anymore. So, that's the position we're in. Basically, we had a party for Maiko's birthday, right? And everyone got a little drunk at the party. Not everyone, but a lot of people. And fights happened, specifically between, like, Zeke and Ismini. Things were said. Things were said during the party. Things were said after the party, if you know what I mean. And then the next morning, when we went to breakfast, everything seemed all hunky-dory, and then Mint dropped dead. So, we're gonna investigate that. So let's go ahead to that. How's the volume? Be a little loud for me, but I don't know about y'all. Yeah, no, I'm still in shock too. Like, it was, whew, it was very sudden. But like, I knew it was time. I thought it was gonna happen like maybe at the end of the party, but not quite. All right. Go. Oh, I did have a question. Anyone who's played this before, in regards to the trial, how often can you save? Because I know in, like, Danganronpa Another, you could save between minigames. I just want to know, because I don't think we're gonna get through the whole investigation and trial tonight. So it's just gonna depend where I cut it, because if you cannot, like, save during the trial, then we'll probably just cut it right before the trial. But if you can save during the trial, we might go just a little bit into the trial, depending on how long the investigation is. But we'll see how things turn out. I think you can save between minigames in this one too. Okay, okay, yeah. We'll see what happens. Alright. I think good to go. can only save at certain points. Okay.
Ever since I can first remember, I've always wanted to destroy things.
Okay, Queen.
No matter what I was given, I wanted to break it. I've always wanted to see things shatter.
Good for you.
I liked seeing things collapse. I liked the power it gave me. I liked seeing my dad's horrified face. But it all felt so meaningless. Nothing I destroyed had any impact. So I found a cause for my destruction. A reason to break things.
Justice.
It all feels a lot more meaningful when there's a cause, an end goal. It always felt more satisfying destroying bigger and greater. And what's bigger than the government? Than the system?
The world. Gee, Brain, what are we gonna do tonight? Same thing we do every night, Amelia. Try and take over the world.
You were very different to me. You had a different hunger in your eyes. You wanted to create something. You wanted to build something. Make a name for yourself. You didn't care what it was, but you wanted to glue apart the ruins and ash to create something greater. You just thought anything would be better than what was originally there. For you, at least. I always thought you were a self-interested, pretentious fool. I hated that stupid optimism, that longing to make something. I just thought you were selfish. I never thought I'd be doing all of this for you. I wonder which one of us was right.
I guess we'll find out, mysterious person we're talking about. I'm sure the apple symbolizes nothing and means nothing. Yeah, nah, I do not. That's half the chat after the first BDA. It had happened so quickly. It all took us a moment to process. Back then, I thought it was impossible anyone would actually take a life in that prison. I wish I learnt my lesson when I was first faced with the cold reality of a dead body. That just kept holding that hand, soaked in blood. Too terrified of letting go. Oh, it's so over. Hey, yeah, sorry, just turning up my mic a little bit. I was like, my gain seems a little low. Okay.
A body has been discovered.
Thanks, Mononeko.
After a certain amount of time, in which I suggest you investigate, the trial will begin. Good luck, prisoners.
Hey, buddy. How we doing?
Mint? No. No, 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 no!
Not my situationship. Not the only person here who could somewhat tolerate me.
Is he?
Nah, he's just taking a nap. Come on, Shinku. Did you not hear the Oh, I guess we have established Shinku is not the brightest bulb in the chandelier.
No. No, he can't be. He can't leave me too. I won't let him.
Hey, Mint, stay with us.
Stage 1, denial. Takiko quickly rushed over to Mint, slumped over on the table, checking his pulse. Her expression soon reflected her horror, but she tried to keep it together.
Can anyone do CPR?
On it.
Loki, why was I half expecting Lydia to burst out into the song? Lyra raced over the table, quickly turning over Mint's body and trying her best at CPR.
Come on, stay with us. You've got to stay with us.
You can't. You can't leave me. That's not fair. Come on. Don't be a coward. And leave me just like he did.
Oh, so Ezekiel's type is like medical people. No.
Come on. Please.
Lyra seemed to stop after a moment, the awful reality dawning upon her, and she gave up.
It's no use.
She turned around, her attempts to revive him fruitless. What the hell are you doing? Keep going. There might be a chance. Zeke. No. No, this is bullshit. I'm so sorry. He's really gone? I tried, but you did all you could. Don't put this on yourself. I don't know what you were expecting. The cat already called him a body. He's as good as dead. Don't know what you thought CPR would do. Do I look like a doctor to you? Oh my god. Someone really... He's really... I didn't think anyone would actually... Of course they were gonna go for it eventually. I'm surprised it wasn't sooner. Still, why'd they go for him? He hadn't been causing any trouble for anyone. Why didn't they go for Zeke? He'd been nothing but helpful since he got here. And yet, someone still did this to him. What the hell is wrong with all of you? Someone needs to tell the others. They must have heard the announcement. Where are they? And what's that about a trial? What does that mean?
Well, allow me to enlighten you.
The robotic cat jumped out from below the table, sitting next to Mint's cooling body. Thanks for that description, Shinku. You are a writer, but...
Ooh, killer hangover, huh?
Bro, Mint wasn't even drinking. Christ. Is this what you wanted? Are you happy now?
Oh yeah, bodies make our viewership spike up tenfold. Some people only tune in for them, so it's awfully exciting to have some clippable content. Check out my TikTok, M0N0N3KO. That's sick. Only thing that beats it is the executions.
Executions? You've gotten your body. What else could your sick audience possibly want?
Oh, this is just the start, Shinku. So much excitement awaits you. Trust me. It's written clearly in the rules. If you want to get out, you have to commit a murder and not get caught. But it's no fair to give the rest of you no chance to figure out who the killer is. So, da-da-da, you get a trial. 2 fun-filled hours to talk about Mint's brutal murder and who could have done it in excruciating detail. Fun for the whole family. That's sick. Oh, would you rather we let his killer get off scot-free?
No. No way.
Then I suggest you lock in and focus on solving this case. Gather up any evidence you can and go wild in the trial.
How long do we get to investigate?
Well, starting from the body discovery, about an hour, so chip-chop, clock's ticking.
An hour is really not that long.
You're not gonna give us any time to process all of this? Someone just died. This is a lot to handle. Can we have a timeout to at least think about this?
Ref, do something! Do something, Ref!
Bitch, it's a killing game. If you wanted ethical treatment, you shouldn't have committed a crime in the first place. Besides, I'm sure this isn't some of your first time seeing a dead body. Not naming names. He's meaning.
Charming.
But the clock's ticking, so I'll leave you to it. I'm sure you've got a lot of questions to answer. I'll see you at the trial. Mononeko scampered back through the vents, leaving us standing by the body, the reality of our situation more vivid than ever. Do we really have to? I don't think we have a choice. I just never thought I'd ever have to do anything like this. I've written about this, but it feels a lot heavier in person. Tell me about it. I just can't believe it was Mint. He was a good person. Then we have to find his killer. We just have to. We're putting a lot of emphasis on how, like, oh, everybody liked Mint. Mint had no enemies. I wonder if this was like... Because if we're going off the assumption it was poison, maybe this was an accidental, like they were gunning for Zeke or something because everyone hated Zeke. I don't know. Takiko took a deep breath, trying to compose herself. Pigtails is right. If we're on a time limit, we gotta buckle down and investigate. Yeah, I gotta figure out who did it because I didn't get the victim. I did not guess the victim correctly, so I need a win in this Fangin. We better. I'm gonna let the bastard who did this get away with it. You lot can mope all you like, but if you give half a damn about him, you'd at least try and help. But I'm no detective. What if I destroy the evidence?
Just do what you can. It's better than nothing.
Okay, just please don't get mad if I get it wrong. I'm really not good with this sort of thing.
She's so like,
but please don't get mad if I get it wrong. I'm really not good with this sort of thing.
She's doing the little fingers too.
Ahim, sneef.
Right, let's just try our best. We'll find the others later. We must try to figure out what happened here first. I'd written about murder so much I thought I'd be desensitized to it. That's not really how it works, King. But the real thing was ugly, cold, unbearable. It was a lot harder to face. And it was a lot harder to put myself in the shoes of the mysterious detective when I hadn't concocted the idea for the murder myself. When the victim wasn't some fictional creation, but someone very real. Someone I wanted to find his killer. Even if I wasn't anything close to a real detective, all those years of writing novels couldn't have been for nothing. I'm sure I could be useful. Hold on, I'm trying to resync my headphones here. Are we good? No? Maybe? Okay, there we go. I was certain I could ensure his death wasn't in vain. So, pushing down my dread and shock, save for my morning when we weren't on a time limit, I tried to picture this as just a crime to solve. I would unravel this plot, first and foremost. Okay, King? Love to see it. Then I could reflect on my feelings. Everyone scattered around the room to investigate. I knew I should follow suit. Alright, this is not like DRA, where I get little helpful exclamation points, but... Alright, let's start at the obvious place. Takiko was staying close to Mint's body, trying to determine what exactly had killed him, but it was clear she was a little squeamish being so close to the body. His body looked oddly peaceful in death. It was an extremely dissonant sight to see.
Huh?
Are you sure you're okay doing that, Takiko?
Well, someone has to do it. I was also hoping that maybe we'd be able to help somehow, but... No, he seems pretty dead. I also want to search more, but it's kind of off-putting feeling him slowly grow colder.
You don't have to give me the details. I can already tell it's pretty morbid. I think we kind of do need the details.
I thought seeing the real thing wouldn't bother me so much, but...
Takiko seemed to take a pause, looking up at me. Okay, but like... Can we just, like, take a moment? Where is it? To kind of appreciate this jiggy tune we got going on here. Like, okay. Alright. Bopping aside. Takiko seemed to take a pause, looking up at me.
Are you feeling alright? This must be stressful.
I'll think about that after the trial. Right now, I want to focus on solving this.
Right. Just don't bottle it up forever, alright? If you stop thinking about this from a human perspective, it'll become impossible to figure out.
I suppose you're right. Did you manage to find any signs on the body?
There's no clear wounds, no blood in his mouth. It's kind of spooky. I can't figure out what killed him.
No clear wounds, no blood in his mouth. Well, it depends on the type of poison, if you would cough up blood or not.
It's like his soul was just taken out of his body. I just hope it was peaceful.
I guess. It had to be some kind of toxin, right? Like, there's no other... If there were no external wounds, he had to have died from an internal source.
I'm sorry, I'm really not equipped to do a proper autopsy.
It's okay. I don't think most people could. You're holding up surprisingly well. Yeah, the closest thing we have to a medic is, dead on the table. So I fear that's off the... I guess you could say that option is off the table.
Hopefully we can get someone who can do a more proper autopsy later. For now, I just want to make sure no one messes with his body. We should give him a proper burial later.
I don't know, maybe Alora could do, like, an autopsy. But she's more of a chemist, right?
That would be nice.
Wow, wrong voice. That would be nice. Thank you, Taki.
I feel I ought to make it up to him. I wish I was more attentive at the end of the party instead of rushing off to chase Ismini.
Were you able to find her in the end?
Oh, yeah, easily. She just went back to her cell. We talked things out a bit, but she was a little... incoherent. She was majorly drunk and had a lot of strong opinions. But after that, I just went back to my own cell. I didn't see anything out of the ordinary, so I just assumed it was all right. I even got up early this morning to get painkillers and water ready for people's hangovers. I thought I'd done everything right, but...
You couldn't have known this was going to happen. Oh, hello!
We all knew this was gonna happen eventually.
Okay, girl. I think your optimism's cracking a little bit.
Pardon? Sorry, I shouldn't have said that. Intrusive thoughts. Yikes!
Non-triangle, thank you for the 2 boo tomatoes. Nah, you're just mad I'm funny. I'm hilarious. I've never, ever, 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 ever made a bad joke in my entire career on YouTube. Thank you, though.
Good luck with the rest of your investigation, Shinku. I'll let you know if I find anything else.
Thank you. Take care. All right. Do you have anything of note to say? Okay, we are looking at the Polaroid cameras. Hey, Maiko, have you found anything useful?
I really don't want to get too close to the body. I'm really not good with that stuff. It all feels way too real now. I can't believe someone actually...
Maiko, I'm on the fence. Either it's her or she's the red herring. Because she's been real suspicious. Like, it was her party. She's clearly hiding something about her name. All that jazz. But I don't know if that's because she is the culprit or if because she's gonna be, like, the red herring. You know what I mean? Because there's always someone who's, like, pretty suspicious. But we'll see. I know. It's a lot. I just hope it wasn't painful for him in the end. It's just so not cool. We don't even get a minute or two to process this stuff. Is that a new sprite for her? Okay, like it. It isn't like in the movies or in anime. Watching someone die in person, it's terrifying. I wish we could have done more, or I wish we could just go home. All we can do now is investigate. I know. I just hope people won't hate me if I'm not too good at solving this stuff. I'm not good at this sort of thing. You won't hate me, will you, Shinku? I won't. Oh my gosh. What'll I do if I think it's me? I can't defend myself. I'd probably just give up if I was accused. I wouldn't want everyone getting super mad at me like that. They're kind of hammering it in a lot. I think she's a red herring. They wouldn't be like addressing all of this so directly if she was the culprit. Because usually with your culprit, you want hints there, but you want them to not raise any suspicions until the trial, and then you look back and be like, oh, that was a hint. This is so obviously suspicious that I think it's a red herring, because you want your red herrings to be suspicious so that people suspect the red herrings. And then when I'm caught, you'll all really hate me, and I'll be sent to a real prison, and no one will send me commissary. Oh, is that wrong word? Commissary? Commissary. And I'll start writing slash fiction in prison for instant ramen for a crime I didn't even commit. Oh, don't worry, Maiko. If it is you, you won't go to prison. This is the worst. I'm sorry, Shinku. Please bail me out. Please, please, please. Whoa, slow down. No one's accusing you of anything right now. Sneeve, I'm sorry. Sneeve. I'm sure if anyone did accuse you, then you'd be able to have some sort of defense, right? No. Okay, let's run through this. What were you doing last night after the party? Oh, well, after I cleaned up, I stayed in the canteen for a bit. I figured I'd wait for Sugi to come back from putting away the decorations. But she was taking a while, and I kind of just wanted to cry. It was one of those nights, you know? So, I kind of sat on the floor and ate the rest of my birthday cake while crying. Oh! That's not weird, right? Sure, Queen. Hey, it's your party. You can cry if you want to. Are you okay? Oh, yeah, I'm fine. I just built that whole birthday thing up in my head as some sort of big, fun thing, so when it was all ruined, I felt a little crushed. But I'm good now. Well, not really. I don't know how you could be good when someone just died, but once I finished my cake, I figured Sugi had just gone back to their cell. So I went back myself, and that's when I bumped into you and Dracul in the hallway. Right. I remember that. It cheered me up a whole lot, honestly. I'm glad I did. So, after that, I managed to sleep real peacefully. I told myself it was nice that people came together to celebrate my birthday in the first place. I'm glad to hear it. Okay, we have a truth bullet. Of course, then, all this happened. Now it sorta all feels too much again. But I know I just can't give up. Even when I go through rough times, there'll always be good parts. Like the party last night. Aside from the part where I was alone, on the floor, eating birthday cake, crying. Sure, it was rough, but look at these. I've got a bunch of happy memories from it as well. Didn't these turn out great? Maiko showed me a few of the photos she'd taken from the party. Oh, this is gonna be evidence. I wonder if it's gonna be like We need to see who had access to the food or the drinks and where everyone was positioned. You know, like a Danganronpa 2 Trial 1 situation. She'd really gone wild with the camera last night.
Wait, sorry, I'm wasting time. This doesn't really help the case, does it? Sorry, I'm the worst. Mint just died, and I'm making it about myself. There really must be something wrong with me.
No, Maiko, these are actually really helpful.
Really?
With how comprehensive these are, you practically managed to capture where everyone was in the canteen throughout a good majority of the party. These could be seriously useful.
I didn't think of that. You better take them then. You can probably use them better than I could. I just sort of focus on how I look in the photos.
Thanks. I'll do my best with them. Can I look at these, like, right now? Let's see. Let me go to my... Oh, okay, not yet.
Maybe I could get some more useful pictures. I'll just keep taking shots of the scene. Make sure no one tampers with it.
Not a bad idea, actually. If you think that'll be useful, go ahead. It's not a bad idea. Like, you're not gonna have access to the crime scene during the trial.
Well, is it useful? I don't want to do anything that'll waste time.
I think it's not the worst idea.
All right, then. Detective Maiko will be on the case. I won't let anyone down.
Maiko held her camera tightly, turning around with a newfound confidence in her eyes. Before she actually looked at Mint's body and immediately froze up.
Hank!
Oh.
Save me!
Oh my gosh, he's actually dead. Oh, no. Yeah, that's about what I expected. All right, can I look at the pictures? There's loads of them. Mint was the only one near the bar with access to drinks and food. No sign anyone else got access to drinks and food without supervision. Okay, so I assume we're gonna use that to counter. Someone's gonna be like, what if they spiked the drinks? And then we're gonna be like, no, Mint was the only one with access to that stuff. All right, let's go down here. Is this Ismini? Yeah.
Christ.
I just can't believe it. Okay, cool. Thanks, girl. Oh, Pookie Bear, you're next. Come on, up and around. Thank you. I approached Dracul behind the bar. He seemed to be looking over something. Was Dracul doing anything of significance last night? I'm trying to remember. He stopped as he noticed me. Sheen, you holding up okay, man? Yeah, it's a lot, isn't it? I'm still struggling to wrap my head around this all. Honestly, I thought he'd be freaking out more, but good on you. I just can't believe someone actually did this. And to Mint of all people. Yeah, see, we keep circling back to like, why Mint? What did Mint ever do, you know? It's pretty messed up. The worst thing Mint ever did was throw his own mom under the bus, which I guess would have pissed, like, Dracul off the most, because, like, Dracul had the whole thing with his mom also being the hostage, but that's the only thing I can think of that would even give anyone a reason to target Mint specifically. But right now we need to focus— wow, wrong voice. But right now we need to focus on solving what happened here. We've not got a lot of time. It's messing me up as well. I never do good under deadlines. I'm a major procrastinator. Same, King. I figured something as serious as this would make me crack down, but I just keep reading the same thing over and over, not absorbing it. I just can't focus right now. My head keeps drifting. You see, that's a fun thing called ADHD. No, I'm kidding. It's a high-stress environment I'd probably be tweaking to. What are you reading, though? Like, the file? Do we have a, like, Mononeko file, or...? Yeah, what are you trying to read? Oh, this drinking record. Oh, Mint actually kept, like, a paper copy? Okay. I figured it was left here overnight from the party. Right, Mint was keeping track of it all. Can I take a look at it? Of course, go ahead. This is how many drinks everybody had. Yeah, wait. Zeke was not... Oh, Zeke didn't have any drinks at the party. I was gonna say, Zeke was not sober. He handed me Mint's notes. All our names were listed with little dashes next to them to indicate how many we drunk. I'm just saying, I don't know. 3 drinks is not too crazy. Suga, Fu, Lyra, and Ismini all had 3. It depends though. If you're a lightweight, it can be. I was the only name with 2 dots. I couldn't remember if I ever finished that second cider or not though. Maiko, Taka, and Dracul all seemed to have 1. That made sense. And then there were names with no dots. Those aren't dots, those are tallies. Get it right, Shinku. People who had stayed entirely sober. I don't know exactly how useful this is gonna be in terms of evidence. Like, I guess the only thing it could be would be like, if someone had no drinks, then they wouldn't have been affected by something, but like, Mint had no drinks. I don't think they spiked the drinks at all, if we're being honest. I think that's just gonna be like a red herring. We're gonna talk in circles a little bit about who had what drinks. Did someone spike the drinks? Oh, but they poisoned him with the drinks. But it's gonna be like, no. First of all, he didn't drink anything. Second of all, he was the one guarding the food and drinks. I think the drinks have got to be a red herring. If there was poison involved, it was probably administered another way, like the cake. No, everyone ate the cake, but you know, something like that. Takiko, Mint, Alora, and did everyone eat the cake? I think they did.
Huh? Is everything okay?
It says here that Ezekiel had nothing to drink.
At the party, but he just showed up drunk.
What? That can't be right. Did we go to the same party?
It's strange for sure.
Why are we surprised by this? We have an entire room of alcohol. He wasn't on a 3-drink limit because he didn't drink at the party. Am I completely misremembering something? Man, I'm gonna get really mad if the stuff he said to Iz was all said sober. I can't stand for that. Well, I can't stand for Mint's murderer getting away with this. So I think we should prioritize that right now. Okay, Shinku. I like it when he gets sassy. Oh, you're right. Sorry. My mind's all over the place today. It's alright. It's a lot to deal with. I didn't sleep all that well last night either, being honest. Was everything alright? Yeah, I was just, stressed about the hostage stuff. Though that all seems so small now compared to this. Okay. Didn't help that as soon as I was actually able to get to sleep, I was woken up. Did something happen? Someone started knocking on Lori's door in the middle of the night. Ooh, tea, okay. I couldn't really make out what they were saying, but they were talking for a bit. It's just strange, because usually Lori's cell is dead quiet at night. She's a pretty good cell neighbor to have, all things considered. It was probably Taka, right? Because, like, Taka stormed off and was like, woe is me, no one's going to miss me, wah. If it was anyone, it was probably Taka. Well, aside from the strange amounts she seems to be talking to herself constantly when she's alone. Did you hear anything after that? I was kinda too half asleep to fully process it, and I zonked out again pretty quickly after that. I see. Alright, interesting. I assume we'll have to ask Alora about this. But I'm kind of worried about what might have happened to Lori since we haven't seen her this morning. No sign of Taka or Sugi either. We'll go look for them soon, I'm sure. I think we should just make sure we get everything here first. Sounds like a plan. You seem to be handling... I cannot read. You seem to be handling things here pretty well. It's almost like you're all those detectives you write about. I'm just trying to distance myself from it all and get myself in a different mindset so I could focus. You know what? Not a bad idea. Kind of playing a character, so to speak, to cope with it better. Not the worst idea. It's a little silly. I feel like I'm just playing pretend. Well, whatever keeps you together. There's nothing wrong with that. Just let me know if you need anything, alright? I want to help however I can. I'll let you know. Thank you, Drac. Oh, and same goes to you, alright? If people here are really gonna start doing what the cat wants, then I want to be the kind of friends who can rely— oh, we're fucked. We're fucked. We're fucked. We're fucked! Who can rely on one another. So, if you ever have a problem, come to me first. Bruh. He's really giving him the heart eyes. I know what you are! Even if it's just to relax and read some books and to forget about this all. That sounds great, Shin. I'd like that a lot. I'm like... Why does he look nervous? I'm definitely reading too much into it, but like... I didn't know how much I meant that, but seeing the dire look in Dracul's eyes, I wanted to say something to support him right now. Perhaps it was nice to think about just getting to hang out and hide away in fiction instead of having to face what really happened. Please don't die, King. We cannot lose both yaoi pairings in the first chapter. They wouldn't do that, surely. Fu was standing by the counter holding a— look, okay. Fu's definitely a misogynistic, like, asshole, right? But I don't trust him to investigate. I feel like he's gonna lock in. He's gonna carry.
Damn.
Hey, kid, check this out. What is it? Take a look. He handed it over and... oh god,
I
whoa.
have taken the decision to end this game. By ending things like this, I'll prevent further suffering. I find it best that we all go down together, and that our crimes die with us.
What, were they gonna like mass poison the cake or something and then we all... bleh? Why would you... What kind of dramatic ass writes half the note out in handwriting and then does like the serial killer newspaper letters for the rest of it? Like, the whole point of the newspaper letters is so that they can't distinguish your handwriting.
This is...
They were just being dramatic as fuck.
A suicide pact.
Way to put it bluntly, Fu.
that's insane.
It's very Tsurugi Kinjo coded, though. But it took him 4 chapters to get to that point. Although I guess... I keep forgetting we had a freaking month time skip. It's probably been about the same amount of time. I put down the note in disbelief, looking up at Fu. Also, sidebar. If you were gonna do that, why leave a note? Who was that even for? Like... It's gotta be a setup, right? If you were actually gonna do that, you wouldn't alert anybody in advance being like, hey, Pookie, guess what? I'm planning on killing us all. But I'm gonna warn you in advance so that you could potentially stop me. Like, what? No, you'd have to be a complete dumbass to do that. So this is clearly a setup. Yeah, maybe it's just here to scare us? I mean, I doubt anyone would try to kill all of us. It's just to throw us off the scent, right? This is the definition of a red herring. I just want to figure out which freak wrote this. I don't care who decides to bash in whose head here to get out. I just don't want anyone deciding when I get to die. You can't be serious. You really don't care about Mint? That's horrible. I like how this is when he's like, wait, Fu might be an asshole? Like, brother. Kid, don't act so surprised. Told you before, it's just the way things are. If you forget about it, that's on you. Either way, I'm certain this is just to throw us off. How on earth would they convince us all to end our lives? Shinku, please. Please, 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 please. I was gonna say you're supposed to be smart. I actually don't think that's the case. I really don't think we're supposed to have we're back to the Makoto kind of idiot protagonists. Makoto's not an idiot. Makoto's average intelligence. They'd take our lives whether we wanted to die or not. Makoto did not make a blunder as bad as eavesdropping, or as bad as admitting he eavesdropped in front of everybody. There's no way one person could take everyone here. Please, use your brain! Use your brain! Use your brain! They were gonna poison the food. Use your brain! Yeah, that'd be impossible. I'll bet Zeke could take everybody. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like he's the only one. I don't know. Is Fu strong? I'm not entirely sure. Like, he's kind of, like, he's tall and kind of built, but I don't know if he's strong or if it's like a dad bod. But, like, if we went into Battle Royale Mortal Kombat mode, my money's on Zeke. And I think our little psycho knew that as well. So they were planning something a little more underhanded. What do you mean? Kid, take a whiff of this. Fu pointed me over to one of the trays of prepared breakfast foods. I approached it and gave it a smell. Almonds. Smells cyanide! It's cyanide! It's cyanide! It smells like almonds. Bingo. Classic sign of cyanide lacing! I know my poisons! Why did I know that? Don't question why I knew that. Hey, how do you know that? Don't even worry about it, Shinku. Same way everyone does, kid. I know it because I used cyanide poisoning as a plot point in one of my novels. Oh. Huh. Let's just say I've made a few enemies throughout the years. Huh. Alright. Still, we can't fully confirm it's definitely cyanide poisoning. These are pastries. Maybe they're just almond flavored? If you ain't convinced, you could always give it a try and see what happens. I think I'll pass. I'll bet Alora could run like a chemical test on it. Smart idea, kid. Maybe I can find something else nearby that'll help confirm the breakfast was tainted. Am I supposed to, like, actually investigate the counter? We have a fire extinguisher. Filled with alcohol? I fear that would have the adverse effect, actually, to putting out a fire. Okay, wait, let's talk to these guys. Seems busy trying to comfort Zeke. Okay. So am I supposed to keep checking, like, the kitchen? Sacks of powder. It's crack. Okay, I can't go past there. But, like, there's no one else to talk to. Yeah. Something nearby to confirm the food was tainted. Can't check there. Cupboards. Oh, fridge. Okay. I've already talked to Fu. Powder. Convenience store goods. Sauces. Sauces. What's everyone's favorite condiment? Let's do an icebreaker. Empty plates to match the empty stomachs. It's a bit nicer. Okay, there's no way I need to check every single plate. Okay. I feel like I've talked to all the people. Right? What else? Is that broken glass that I need to look at? Or was that always there? That was always there. Ketchup? Ketchup's a solid choice. I feel like you can't really go wrong with ketchup. Oh, do we need to look at, like, the food Mint was eating? was Mint eating? No? Okay. Sweet and sour sauce. Does marinara count as a condiment? I don't... That's a good question. I was gonna say no, but then I'm thinking, like, people dip, like, cheese sticks in marinara, so maybe. What else do I need to click on? I just... Yeah, that's nice, girl. Honey mustard, solid. I really wish there was a guidance system. Yeah, I can't assume I can't talk to Zeke. Oh, maybe I can. God damn it. Should have done more to stop this. Why am I so stupid? You didn't know this was gonna happen. None of us could have known. Ugh, I just wish I remembered more. Last night was a blur. What happened? Okay, we do need to actually talk to Zeke. What happened after we left you in the showers? Were you able to get back just fine? I remember Mint taking me back. I was still buzzed, so I was having trouble. You don't have trouble walking if you're just buzzed. Did you see anyone when you were walking back to your cell? No, no one. Not that I can remember, at least. Got me in bed, but I didn't want him walking around alone so late. I asked him to... Huh? Alright, buddy. I asked him to stay, but he insisted on going back to his cell and giving me space. He didn't seem like the type that was all that good with drunk people. I just let him go. I didn't think about it too hard. I figured it was fine, especially when I woke him up this morning to go to breakfast, but he just seemed really tired. I see. Damn it. I should have realized something was up. Maybe I could have... You're not psychic, Zeke. You probably just assumed he was tired from staying up last night. This isn't your fault. Yeah, blaming yourself isn't gonna do any good. Well, it's someone's fucking fault. Some bastard figured they could just do what they wanted, and now he's dead. Why the hell would anyone do this? I don't know. See, why do we keep bringing this up? This is like the 7th time we've brought up how much everybody, like, apparently fucking loved Mint. Out of everyone. Why Mint? Maybe I was stupid for getting close to someone again. It always ends up the same. When I was a young boy, my father... No, this isn't my fault. It's the fault of the asshole who did this to him. And if only... No, how does it go? It's all my fault! No, it's not your fault. You're right! It's not my fault! It's your fault! All we can do for right now is try and find who it is. Wanna place bets? I don't think that's a good idea. I don't want confirmation bias affecting the investigation. Ah, you're sharper than I thought. Way to go. Have you two found anything? To be honest, I think we're both just a little in shock. I just keep looking over at Mint, waiting for him to get up. It's hard to think that he's just gone. I can't believe it. He was in my class back at HP. We were never really close, but he was always part of my time there. Even if we weren't proper friends, he'd always notice the little things. When he saw me shaking or twitching, he'd always bring in tea for me the next day. He'd share his lunch if I was just having junk from the vending machine. He always said if I wanted a clear head, I needed to eat more vegetables. I acted like I hated it at the time, but it was nice to feel like someone cared like that. He was too nice at points. I felt I kind of had to push him away, so I didn't know he did that stuff for other people as well. Hey, that doesn't mean he liked you any less. He's like, we weren't special. Why would I care about that?
Well, let's call a spade a spade. I guess when you say stories like that, it kind of puts into perspective how much I didn't know about him. Makes you wish you had that time, doesn't it? We know your dead sister. Anyway, so I'm not gonna lie, I've not exactly been the best investigator around, but I found this in the bin. Kind of crazy how lazily it was discarded. It's like they didn't even try to hide it. What, a cyanide bottle? What is it? Take a look. Lara hit him. Yep. I have your number, Lockdown. I have your number. Lyra handed me a small empty bottle of cyanide? You'd think they'd at least try and hide it better. Kinda fucking insulting their plan was so thoughtless. But unsurprising, seeing as who they had the bright idea to kill. I figure it's a red herring to throw us off what really caused it. I'm not so certain. They didn't use it. Where would they have emptied the cyanide? Literally anywhere. What are you talking about? Where could they have put the cyanide? Down the sink? In a different trash can? Buried it in the conservatory? It locked it in their room? Put it under their pillow? I was gonna say ate it. That wouldn't have worked. Flushed it down the toilet? Like, literally anywhere. What? Thank you, Lyra. Down the sink? Oh. I forgot it. Shinku, you're so fucking stupid. We're playing as a dumbass. We're playing as an actual idiot. It just seems like a bit of a waste, doesn't it? Or at least unsafe. I think if you're willing to murder someone, you're probably not too concerned about the environmental impact of wasting a bit of cyanide. Right. God fucking damn it. Are we gonna have to solve this case by ourselves? No, call in Sherlock. What do you mean have to solve it by ourselves? Who are you gonna call in? This isn't Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. You don't have a lifeline. You can't phone a friend. What? Oh, you meant like you and Lyra. Okay. I don't know why I thought... Regardless. Come on, La. Let's figure this shit out alone. I don't trust the others to handle it. I'm not leaving it in the hands of people who forget sinks exist. You know what? Completely fair. If I had my life in the hands of an investigation run by Shinku, I'd be scared too. Yeah, can't entirely say I blame you. Well, at least they're contributing to the investigation, and that's what counts to me. Even if it comes at the expense of my own image. Guys, I think you might have been stabbed, I don't know. Just as I turned to go investigate someone else, Izmini approached me. Alright, we did get everything in here.
Shinku.
Have you found all you can in here? I hope so. If there's anything else, I'm sure the others will spot it. We'll just have to trust they will. Personally, I'm still concerned about where Dr. Elenius and Asuga are. And Taka. Right? Well, that would just be natural selection. Ooh, that's brutal. Either way, would you accompany me to try to find them? Are you scared to go alone? Ooh, certainly not. But I don't think it's a wise idea to go alone anywhere during an investigation. It would just complicate things. Yeah, you can't leave people alone during investigations, we've learned. Right. People might accuse you of tampering with evidence. Precisely. So it's best to travel with others to prevent that nonsense taking up discussion time later. True. Are you sure you're not a little scared? With how much you're asking me, I'd reckon you're the one who's frightened. Well, perhaps a little. Still, would you come to try and find them with me? It's alright if you wish to stay here and investigate more. I can just ask Dracul instead. No, I'll come with you. I'd just like to make sure those three are safe, too. Very well. We can keep an eye out for additional evidence in the meantime. Me and Ismini left the canteen, moving to the west side of the prison. We searched the first room we saw, the medicine storage. Seems there's no sign of them here. Let's quickly take a gander in commissary, although I doubt they'd be seen there. Better to be safe than sorry? I suppose so. Let's go, Shinku. Ismini turned to leave, but I paused, spotting something strange on the table. Wait, is everything all right? Take a look at this. What? What exactly is this? It can't be dust. It's far too white. It's crack. I'm kidding. Not to mention dust. Oh my god, is it actually crack? Dust doesn't exactly perfectly accumulate in lines, does... Oh, Zeke was on crack! He wasn't drunk, he was high off his ass. Okay, that's what happened. Okay. I see. I thought he was drunk because I know we have just a shit ton of alcohol in, like, one of the alcohol storage rooms. He wasn't drunk. He was on crack. Okay. And that's why Zeke was acting like he was. Hey, you don't think... Quite frankly, I'm not surprised. I wouldn't put it past them. You don't think this is some kind of poison, do you? Oh. Oh, Shinku. You're surprisingly innocent-minded for how gruesome your novels are. Uh-huh. It's a valid theory. That's very nice, Shinku. You're doing amazing, sweetie. He's so stupid. He's actually so dumb. I suppose if you think about it, all kinds of this nonsense are poisons, in a sense. Don't do drugs, kids. There's a million wonderful ways to say no. If only we could figure out what kind of poison this is. It must be pretty exotic. I've never seen anything like it. Oh, you sweet summer child. Shinku. What? Ugh, nothing. Never mind. Whatever it is, we should let the others know about it. Just tell them what it is, bruh. I figure we'll have better luck finding others on the east side of the prison anyway. Very well. Sounds like a plan. We returned to the canteen. Everyone's still trying to investigate what they could. I figured someone there might have a better chance at identifying the mysterious poison than I could. We need to cook, Zeke. We need to cook, Lyra. Seems there's a bit of crack in this case.
Is.
Oh, you're back. Did you find the others? No, not yet, but we found a strange substance. I think it must be some kind of poison. They're really hammering this in. Poison? I wasn't able to identify what it was, but maybe we could get Dr. Elenius to identify it when we find her? I really don't think that will be necessary. Do you know what this is? Well, it was a white powder arranged in lines. So, I hazard I have an idea. Oh! Oh. Zeke, what do you mean, oh? Did you not take it? Oh. Damn, what do you think it is? You gotta be kidding me, kid. What? I'm just trying to figure out what happened here. Jesus Christ, I need a drink. Before Ismini could share what she believed the mysterious poison was, a figure entered the canteen, a little out of breath.
Careful now.
Apologies for the delay. Is everything under control here? Who? Her eyes glazed over Mint's body, hesitating for a moment. I see. The announcement was true. Where the hell have you been? If you were here, you could have stopped this. My apologies. I had other priorities. I tried to come here as soon as I could, but... What other priorities? What were you doing, exactly? And where's Suki and Taka? Are they okay? They're both dead, no. Takahiro got attacked last night. What? Is he okay? He's fine, physically. Saint-Teal jumped in to protect him. Who's Saint-Teal? Oh, Asuga? What? She did what? What, didn't she... Is she okay? Did you help her? Is she gonna make it? I like how we all don't give a fuck about Taka. We're all just like, is she okay? She got injured in the process. Stabbed. I had to stabilize her condition. She should be fine now, but I didn't want to leave her unattended until I was certain. So she'll live? Certainly. But there may be some slight complications with mobility for a bit. She's in the infirmary with Takahiro for now. I'll go check up on her. I need to make sure she's alright. Takiko quickly rushed away from the body and left for the infirmary, clearly a little in shock about the attack that had occurred. I wonder how relevant that's going to be to the case. If that was like the same person, or if this was like an attempted murder that failed, completely unrelated to the actual murder that happened. We'll have to see. Hang on. How do you know about all this? Did you just so happen to run into it happening? I mean, they probably went to her after got stabbed. Yeah. So that's what Dracul heard. Interesting. Taka came to my cell to inform me of it. He seemed pretty desperate. So you didn't see who done it? Did either of them tell you who the attacker was? I asked, but they didn't provide me with a clear answer. I believe the assailant was disguised. I see. Okay, so that corroborates Dracul. Which is good. The only way that's incriminating in any regard would be if, like, the rooms are soundproof, but I don't think they are. I don't think that was ever particularly mentioned. Have investigations been going smoothly here? Is everyone all right? No, not really. I don't know how anyone could be all right in a situation like this. I know Takiko was trying to identify the cause of death, but she couldn't perform a proper autopsy. Do you think you could have a go of it, Dr. Elanius? I can certainly try. I apologize for not coming sooner. Save your apologies for later. Just focus on finding who the hell did that to him, or who the hell did what to him. I'll try my best. Dr. Elanius moved over to Mint's body, beginning to do what assessment she could without damaging it. As she did, I felt someone tug on my sleeve a little bit. Hey. Dracul pulled me aside a little bit, lowering his voice. I know this is gonna sound crazy, and I don't want to cause any issues, but that voice I heard by Lori's cell last night definitely wasn't Taka. Well, isn't that interesting? So, this leaves one of two possibilities. Three, I guess. Either Dracul is lying, either Alora is lying, or there was a completely separate person who came to Alora's room last night. So what we need to do is ask Alora, like, hey, was Taka the only person who came to your room last night? If she says yes, then that eliminates option 3, and it's either option 1 or 2. What? You think she's lying? I don't know why she would, but I don't want to accuse anyone of lying. You should try and believe what everyone says whenever you can, but I think maybe she's bending the truth a little bit. I see. I just don't know why she would. Maybe we should follow Takiko to the infirmary? If we talk to Taka directly, then maybe he'll be able to clear some things up.
Sounds like a plan. I also want to see how Asuga's doing. Not to mention, I kind of want to get away from the body. It's freaking me out. Same. Alright, let's get going then. With my charisma and your wit, we'll get to the bottom of things for sure. Go Dream Team! Go Dream Team? Sorry, now really isn't the time. I just, really don't want to think about what's going on. He was right. Now really didn't feel like the appropriate time to be talking like this. But I appreciated the levity regardless. Maybe it was selfish of me to cling to escapism so much right now. Wasn't fair on Mint. Mint's dead, okay? Whatever you gotta do to lock in. Either way, I knew we should make our way over to the infirmary. Alright, let's go. Me and the bestie, wee! Do I remember where the infirmary is? No. Do I wish we had a map? Yes. Okay, not here. Not here. Not here. Nope. Society, if we had a map. One of these is showers. Okay, infirmary. We entered the infirmary. Takiko just beating. Girl, how long did it take you? You left way before us. But all three of us had our eyes on the bed Asuga was laying on, and the boy refusing to leave her side. Oh, babies. It took Taka a moment to even notice we'd entered. But when he did, he looked up at us with a shaky gaze.
Please. Please don't make me go. I'm not leaving their side. I can't let them die.
Meanwhile, Asuga literally smiling in the CG.
Is Sugi okay?
Sugi, oh my god, what happened?
Don't even worry about me.
Tis but a flesh wound. Let me see what you have! A knife! No!
It's just a scratch. Really, no big deal. Not at all.
Twiz the tune, thank you for the 5. Okay, Barbie, let's begin. Describe the day you played Berlin. I'll work on the investigation song draft for this cast if we get there.
Sugi, you were stabbed.
Thank you very much. That was such a fun bit. I do love that song.
What can I say? Big Sib Sugi can handle... Ow! Anything.
Despite how intense the bandaging on the stomach was, Asuga was still trying to smile. I didn't know how she did it.
Huh?
What on earth happened? Are you two okay? Okay, hold on. I'm gonna take down the pug. I meant to take it down during the CG, but... she has to be... They have to be okay. There was clear exhaustion in Taka's eyes. Desperation, almost. He do care. We can worry about me later. That body discovery... Who was it? I need to go investigate. I don't think you're in any fit state to investigate. Please, just rest. I don't want you getting more hurt. Non-triangle, thank you for the 2. Awesome lesbian couple. Evil and intimidating Taka. Exactly. That's exactly what we have going on here. It was Mint. What? Minty? But he just got a little What? Run that by me again, Taka. We gotta run that back. But he just got a little silly. He didn't do anything bad. Why would anyone want to kill him? Yeah. didn't do anything bad, aside from poison someone and throw his own mother under the bus. But other than that, I like Mint, for the record, I'm just saying. I've got to get up. I've got to find who did this. Don't strain yourself. Take it easy, Sugi. We've all got this. I hate feeling like I can't do anything. What exactly happened last night? Dr. Elanius gave us the rundown, but... you remember I left the party last night, don't you? Right. After your argument with Asuga. I didn't even notice. Ouch! Well, afterwards, I was just wandering about, trying to be melodramatic, having a little sad Taka montage moment in my head. When all of a sudden, someone drunk came stumbling up to me, knife in hand. They said it was nothing personal, but it felt pretty personal. But just as they lunged at me, just as I accepted what was happening, I jumped in the way. I was bringing back supplies from the party. I don't even know why I did it. I just couldn't bring myself to see him get hurt. Even after everything, I'm really stupid. Huh. She got stabbed pretty badly in the side of her stomach. Seeing that the assailant dropped the knife, it was weird. Something about seeing me get hurt seemed to make them change their demeanor entirely. Now, isn't that interesting? Now, I know that Dracul and Shinku are not the brightest bulbs in the chandelier. In fact, I have made jokes this entire stream about them being pretty fucking stupid. However, surely, there is no way in hell that they do not at least ask about the build of the assailant, right? Because, like, Takiko and Fu, even if they're disguised, even if they're wearing a mask, even if they're wearing sunglasses, whatever, at the very least, the build would be noticeably different. So please, for the love of God, ask about the build, or I'm going to lose my marbles. They even helped Taka get me to the infirmary. That's strange. I'm just glad you were able to get help. I don't know what I would have done if you... Well, they left pretty quickly after that. I stayed by Sugi's side. I couldn't leave her, not after what she'd done. I couldn't risk her dying. I tried to patch the wounds myself, but I'm not exactly a doctor. CPR for a stab wound was, certainly a creative choice. He did his best, okay? Yikes. Sounds like that would hurt. At least he tried? I feel like that would just make things worse. I tried to do what I could, but given my verdict meant I couldn't access the medical supplies, it felt hopeless. You kept getting yourself shocked over and over. I thought you were going to pass out. I almost did, but I didn't want to pass out on you when you needed my help. I couldn't leave you alone. But eventually, Lori came in. She assessed the situation and managed to stabilize Sugi's condition, patching her up. I wonder if the assailant was Alora. I could see that being the case. Because, like, how else would she know? How else would she know to come into the infirmary in, like, the middle of the fucking night? You know? Like, I'll bet it's Alora. Especially because Taka was, like, annoying the shit out of her. I'm glad she did. With a wound that bad, I don't know if Sugi would have made it without intervention. I would have found a way. I always do.
Asuka tried to punch the air reassuringly, but ended up wincing and clutching her stomach. Are we really not gonna ask? Are we really not gonna ask? Oh, you are all fucking idiots! It would be the first question I'd ask. Ow. Can I take a closer look at it? Huh? Sure, go ahead. Just warning ya, it's pretty ugly. Asuka pulled away the bandages slowly to show a large knife slash across her side. If they hadn't protected Taka, it would have certainly been enough to kill him. It did seem to be made by a knife, so that all lined up. Okay. Pretty gnarly, right? Right. I was very good about writing gore and those sorts of things, but I was much less good when I was up close and personal to the real thing. It didn't seem quite as beautiful or symbolic when it wasn't dressed in half a dozen metaphors. Wait, so... Excuse me, you've been here since the attack happened? Of course. How could I possibly leave their side when they're like this? He refused to leave. Not even once. Even if we didn't know if anyone was coming, he didn't want to leave and go get someone in case someone tried to finish me off. Okay, I was gonna bring that up, but that's a fair point. That's a fair point. Dr. Elanius told us you were the one who got her, but that can't be right. But if you didn't get Lori, then who did? Okay, so Alora's lying because she was the attacker. Okay, cool. Well, there was only one other person who knew the attack happened. Whoever attacked Taka in the first place. But then, yeah, see? Okay. Please talk about build. Do you guys remember who it was? Even if they were disguised, you must have been able to recall something about them. My memory's totally fuzzy. The blood loss got to me pretty quick. All I really remember is Taka being there. It was definitely one of the guys, though. Taka, you got any idea? No. You're not the best liar, are you? What? I'm 100% absolutely telling the truth here. Pinky promise. Swear on my life. You remember? Why aren't you telling them? I can't. Why not? I promised Alora I wouldn't tell anyone. She said the attacker only let her help us in exchange for not revealing his identity. Okay, maybe it's not Alora. That made the most sense to me, but like... Well, why wouldn't she just tell us after Asuga was patched up? Maybe she was scared the attacker would retaliate and get revenge? But we don't know who the attacker was, so we could always keep watch on him, lock him in a specific room. This is a prison. There must be some sort of lockable room. I'm still not convinced that it wasn't Alora, because I could see Alora being like, alright, I will heal Asuka, but you cannot tell anyone it was me. You know? Like, I need you to lie and say it was one of the men. I could see that being the case. I don't know, I'm still sussing out Alora for being the attacker. I don't think the attacker killed Mint, though. I think these are going to be completely unrelated incidents. I don't know. I think we're gonna spend like half the trial figuring out the assailant stuff, and it's gonna be like, oh, but it wasn't them, so we just wasted an hour. But we'll see. I don't know. They don't seem like too bad of a guy. Did they really deserve that? They did help get Sugi to the infirmary and get someone to patch him up. If he hadn't got Lori, then Sugi would have died. Oh, but the only thing throwing a wrench into that theory is Dracul's account. Because Dracul said that there was someone else talking to Alora. So if Dracul is telling the truth, then there had to have been a fourth party involved. Dracul, do you remember if the voice was like masculine or feminine? Because if you're able to tell that it wasn't Taka, you should at least be able to know some distinct characteristics about it. If he hadn't tried to stab someone in the first place, then nobody would have been in danger of dying. Hope this helps. Yeah, no, you're right. Taka, if you know who it is, can't you just tell us? I can't break her trust. I don't want Alora to think I'm cringe. Okay, sure. I shouldn't even be surprised at this point. Why did I even... No, hear me out. Alora brings me all my food, medication, my testosterone. Oh, okay, King. Okay, Icon. My testosterone, all the stuff my verdict restricts me from getting. If I lose that, who will bring me all those things? I'm sure someone would be willing to. I'd offer, but I'd probably forget. I could even remember to feed myself half the time. Even if you betray her trust, I really hope Alora isn't the type that would let someone starve over something so petty. Besides, I'd be willing to help you if you needed it. Even so, Alora is the only person who can provide this level of medical care. If we lose Alora's trust and there's any complications with Sugi's wound, then who will help care for them? I doubt Dr. Elanius would be that cruel. This is a real bind. It's time to close my eyes and think WWTD. What would Taka do? But you are Taka. WWTD? It stands for what would Taka do? Wow, you two really are close. Were. Huh. Yeah, if Taka is the one thinking WWTD, isn't that just regular thinking? Guess it helps to make it a little more whimsical. Alright. I really don't want to get in trouble, but the person who attacked us was ding dong bing bong, class trial time. You can still say it, Taka. Like, it's not like they silenced you. Before Taka could answer, the monitor quickly switched on in the room.
Your investigation time is officially over. Hope you found everything you wanted. If you didn't, sucks to suck. Should have tried harder. Could all remaining prisoners please make their way to the hallway above the cell block? Someone very important wishes to meet you before the trial.
The 13th student lying hidden somewhere in the school.
Good luck.
Bro, I feel like we have like 5 bullets. The monitor clicked off and we all turned back to Taka, hoping he'd have some common sense and tell us who it was. But it's Taka that we're talking about, so he probably won't. Oh no! Guess we're not allowed to do any more investigating. Oops, I guess I can't say a thing. Oh, that's just the worst, isn't it? Come on, you could still say it. We should make sure you get to the hallway, quickly. Don't want to get in trouble. Dracul let out a sigh. Is Sugi gonna be okay getting over there? I could carry him there if they need. That would probably be easiest. Aw, carry them. Be gentle, please. Be careful with how you pick her up. It could cause more damage, bro. King, you were trying to do CPR on a stab wound. I got it. Don't you worry. I suppose we could figure out... That's so cheap. Come on. I supposed we could figure out who the attacker was later. It didn't seem like we were getting anywhere with Taka.
I hoped if we confronted Dr. Elanius with the truth later, that she'd reveal the truth. I also want to know, how were they disguised? Like, did they have a mask? Did they have a wig? Like, what was the disguise here? We made our way over to the hallway. Everyone was already gathered.
Sugi, are you okay? Oh my gosh, what happened? Does that hurt?
Yeah-huh.
My, don't worry. I can handle it.
I'm just glad to see you're not dead. We don't need another body on our hands. He ain't just a body.
Speaking of Mint's body, were you able to do an autopsy?
Somewhat. I was able to determine he died from respiratory failure. There were also signs of partial brain damage. Okay, yeah, he was poisoned. I have a couple theories. I have some ideas of what happened. His muscles were inflamed in certain places. It appeared he experienced frequent muscle spasms in the hours leading to his death. He was awful hot and slightly shaky at breakfast. Hot in the temperature way, not in the normal way that I think he is. I mean, what? Who said that? I figured he developed a fever or something. Non-triangle, thank you for the 2. If they don't solve the case, I'm blaming Taka. Literally, like Taka. You will die with the rest of us. Just so you know, King. I feel like if we bring that up, he'd spill. I see.
That sounds like such an awful death. I feel terrible for him.
Do you think it would have hurt, Lori? I think it's for the best I don't answer that. Damn. Dr. Elanius, I did want to ask. Before I could question Dr. Elanius about her earlier lie, I was interrupted by a voice from behind me.
Looks like the whole gang's here. Everyone excited?
To be honest, Mononeko, I kind of want to kill myself.
This early? That's no fun.
How could anything be fun about this? Mint just died. The audience decided he was worthy of redemption. Shouldn't you have given him some protections to ensure he was actually given that chance?
Maybe if he made more of an effort to take the chance he was given sooner, then someone wouldn't have decided to kill him.
He didn't do shit to be there in the first place. Not compared to some of the rest of us.
Way to self-report, Ezekiel.
Oh, I thought he was talking about, like, Ismini and Taka, but okay. Did you kill someone too, bruh?
So, do we have to do the trial?
Yup, attendance is 100% mandatory. Can't just let the others do the work for you.
It's just that I'm not exactly a trained lawyer. This just feels like a lot of pressure.
Hey, I'm sure it'll be fine, Mel. Just try your best. It's all you can do.
Yeah, things might not seem ideal right now, but I'm sure we'll figure things out.
So, where the hell are we doing this thing?
Oh, we've got a special room for it and everything. It's just up ahead. But before that, a certain someone wants to have a word.
Is it Amelia? Who?
You'll see soon enough. Yeah, you have to go through her office to make it to the trial room anyway. So, right this way.
Mononeko flicked the normally locked door open with their tail and gestured for us to follow them inside. I don't suppose we have a choice, but please, proceed with caution. Right. I wish Alora would autopsy my body. Who said that? So true, but who said that? One by one, we followed Dr. Elanius' lead into the room, Mononeko closing the door behind us when we were all inside. We were all crammed into a small office, monitors showing various parts of the prison lining the walls. Someone sat in a large black office chair at the desk, turned staunchly away from us. Okay, Diva, you don't gotta aura farm like that.
Hello, prisoners.
The figure turned around. Something about her was oddly familiar. Who the hell are you? Are you the person behind this? Do we not recognize her? I mean, at least for Shinku, she was the first person we saw after we got knocked out. I'm one of your wardens. That's all you need to know. Aren't you a bit too young to be doing this sort of thing? Where the hell are your parents? Same place as your victims, Wang. He's like, oof, goddamn. Does anyone else have anything to say about me? Are you going to behave? Where have you been this whole time? I thought it was just the cat. Well, duh. I am the in-prison warden. Amelia isn't even really meant to be face-to-face with you right now, but she just really wanted to see you. So, that's your name. Amelia. And that's the most you'll learn about me. I don't exactly want to make small talk with scum like you. And yet, you specifically went out of your way to meet with us? This seems contradictory. Ugh, Jesus Christ, how much do I have to threaten you lot before you stop questioning me? My crime has already been exposed. You've got nothing left to hold over me. Except for your life. You're bluffing. Do you want to test that? No, I'm not gonna say anything. Let me cut to the fucking point. I ain't all that surprised it's come to this. I just didn't expect a body this soon. It's been like a month, girl. Especially not one of the prisoners judged as worthy. What on earth did you expect? You put all our loved ones' lives on the line. Of course someone was going to... No one had to die. Did you ever think it would have happened if none of you voted? It was literally the first thing I asked. You told us trying not to vote, or tying the votes, was pointless. We also told you had to administer those shocks, but were there any negative consequences for disobeying? Chat, I think I might have made a tiny little blunder. No. No, this is bullshit. I'm sorry, this is bullshit. Because, like... This would almost work. I see what they're going for. Because, like, the whole, like, just because we say it doesn't mean you had to do it. Milgram experiment type thing, respect authority. However, the last time we broke the rules, you stole our bomb. You have enforced consequences on us. That's no fair. You don't just make rules and then don't follow them. That's not fair at all. Life isn't fair. Boo-hoo. You were the ones who commodified the lives of those hostages, debating whose life had more value, who was better to pick. You created the tension, the fear among yourselves that pushed someone to kill. We gave you a knife. You decided to use it to kill. This death is your fault. No, this is bullshit. You guys wanted this to happen. You don't get to act like we fostered this environment when you're the people getting donations to see bodies drop. Ooh, eat her up, Lyra. Eat her, kill, maim, destroy. You don't get to push the blame and play the moral high ground when we give you exactly what you wanted. This holier-than-thou criminal scum charade will be more believable if you weren't treating this like it's Big Brother with all the camera and audience shit. She's right. You can't seriously be holding the moral high ground when you're getting us to kill each other. This is gonna paint your whole movement in a bad light. Mint only had to use his dad's health insurance money. How he did, because the government's money was being spent on the ultimate program instead of shit like free healthcare. Isn't that the kind of story you lot should be parading around to prove your point instead of scrutinizing? Just further proof the whole movement is ridiculous. Believe what you want to believe. Even if you think we created an environment where this was bound to happen, someone still died, and one of you is the killer. The deaths have started, and now the ball's rolling. I doubt it'll stop. So all future moments will actually be unavoidable. You've proved you really do deserve to be here. Lucky you. Which means we must have a trial. How exactly will this work? Yeah, like, is this a
courtroom objection sort of deal, or more like a court of public opinion deal.
Public opinion, really.
If you get it correct, then the killer will be executed, and the rest of you will be free to continue your life within the prison.
Executed?
Yeah-huh. Nothing like a good old public execution.
Okay, we're going on Sayaka rules, where they didn't know, like, the punishment was execution, that everyone else would die. Because if we're going off Sayaka logic, that leaves a fair few more people on the table.
What will happen if we get the wrong person? Will they get executed instead? Duh! And so will everyone else.
What?
If we screw this up, everyone will die? That's... Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. I'm gonna die before even having my first kiss. Oh my gosh. If you vote incorrectly, then the killer will be set free from the prison and allowed to live. Meanwhile, every other prisoner will be executed and killed.
You didn't tell us this before. Jesus.
Don't act shocked. Every crime has a butterfly effect. If you're morally bankrupt enough to kill one person, I think you deserve a few more innocent lives to weigh your conscience down.
Non-triangle, thank you for the 2. It's more of a, no, that's wrong kind of court. Exactly, thank you.
Even if the killer were to somehow win, how on earth could they live with themselves knowing what they've done?
Some people could do it easily. Like me.
I guess some people are just entirely desperate to get out, no matter what it costs.
Is that everything you wanted to make us aware of?
I believe that's it. If you have any problems with it, I don't really care.
You all deserve to be here, regardless of how many worthy of redemption verdicts you get.
So you don't exactly deserve the fairest treatment in my eyes.
Well, whatever. Keep bringing out whatever sob stories you can to leech off the audience's pity. I'm sure Minsteth is gonna do wonders for your verdict, Ezekiel. You're one to talk about leeching. How about instead of leeching off our past for shot content and shitty stream donations, you actually make something of yourselves? Seems a lot more productive than just being pissy we're ultimates and you're not. Oh, she didn't take that well. Oh, she did not take that well. God, I hope you all die in this fucking trial.
The warden clicked her tongue and turned around in her chair. The elevator to the trial room is just through there. I suggest you get there before we start the trial timer.
Very well. It's interesting. I think this is the first Fengen I've seen where the trial is on a set timer. Like, most of the time, they just kind of go till the discussion fizzles out. There's not, like, a time limit, but they're very clear.
Excuse me.
They're very clear in this one that it's 2 hours exactly, which I feel like is gonna come up, if not in this chapter, at some point. We're gonna run out of time and just have to kind of take a shot in the dark.
Whatever happens, we must ensure we find the killer. We cannot let ourselves die.
Yeah, this won't be the end of Taka Taka Hero. I swear it.
Alright, we got this. Not that we've got much of a choice, but, you know.
I'll find out which of you bastards got Mint killed and make sure you get executed. Okay, maybe that's being a little too enthusiastic about it.
Let's just try our best and make sure we all don't die. I'm not going down that easy.
Let's not waste any more time. We should get going. Right. One by one, we all walked into the fairly cramped elevator. Okay, divas. What is this melody? Zol, thank you for the 5. Bam! No clue what's going on, but not the last time I jumped in at a bad time. Yeah, no, we're about to go to trial. We're about to go to the trial. Hold on, we gotta bring in the pug for a second. All right, this is where I'm gonna make my predictions. I usually do it at the elevator scene. All right.
This is tough. Not... I feel like instead of... I want to look at my bullets, but I feel like instead of one person being obvious, it's more, I think there's people it couldn't be. Let's think of the... Okay, if we operate under the assumption the assailant is not the killer, which I do indeed think is the case. Either it's Alora, which is my initial theory, but if we operate under the assumption that Dracul was telling the truth, and there was another guy, then it had to be Fu or Ezekiel, and Ezekiel seems like the red herring. I'm gonna say it was probably Fu, if it was a guy. I could very much see Fu being like, hey, nothing personal, kid, but you gotta go. I gotta see my daughter. You know, that kind of situation. So, it's probably Fu if it's not Alora for the assailant. Which means I don't really think either of them are the killer. I don't think it's Shinku. I don't think we do like a pro tag swap yet. We still have, because we still have all of Shinku's lore with like his sister to work out, and I don't think we'd pull that. Maiko, I already established, I think is the red herring. Lyra, I'm on the fence. I don't think it's Asuga or Taka. I don't think it's either of the people who got stabbed. I don't think it's Zeke. I think Maiko's a red herring. I think Maiko's gonna be our fake out. Because we know she's hiding something. We know she's suspicious. But I think she's too suspicious. Like, if a character is openly suspicious, it's probably not them. You know what I mean? So, I think we will accuse her at some point. But I don't think it's her. So, who does this leave? Lyra, by all accounts, like from a narrative perspective, should be really suspicious. But I don't know, the way she acted during the investigation and characterized, I kind of think it's not gonna be her. But this could also be my bias talking because I really like Lyra. But for now, Lyra's a solid maybe. Lyra's a solid maybe. So we have Ismini, Dracul, and Takiko, right? I'm gonna lock in 2 of those 3. I feel like it's gotta be one of the... I feel like Dracul and Ismini, both of them are not gonna live to chapter 2. They were the first people we met. They're both like kind of support characters. They've both had decently large roles in the story so far. I very much feel like it's one of them. I lean almost slightly towards it being Ismini, but... because I don't know if they'd take out both of the ship bait in the first chapter. However, yeah, I think Ismini is my #1 suspect. Dracul is #2. I get 2 guesses, right? So I'm gonna say Ismini and Dracul. Takiko at #3 and Lyra at #4, but they don't really count. That's just for my own personal reference. I only get 2 actual predictions to count towards my score. I feel it's gotta be. They were the first 2 we met. They've both had large roles in the story. I just don't see a world where they both make it to chapter 2. I feel pretty safe that it's one of them. So, those are my picks. Alright, Pug, you gotta go. No one dared break it by speaking. All of us stayed silent, contemplating our current situation. Even with just one person gone, it felt like so much was lost. It was strange, thinking if we ever went back into this elevator, only 10 of us would ascend back to the prison. 1/5 of us would be gone in an instant. Yeah, it's gonna feel more impactful because we have 4 less people than a regular 16. Oh, look at this art. I couldn't believe one of us had bitten the bullet and killed someone. It was weird. Ismini being a murderer was shocking, but I could always distance myself from it. This trial art is amazing. It always felt so far away, impersonal, something unrelated to me. If I wanted to, I could deny to myself she even did it. That's horrible. Perhaps that makes me a bad person. But this all felt far more real. Mint. Maybe because I knew Mint. Because I felt like something was missing, that I regretted not spending more time with him. Maybe that's why I couldn't detach myself as much. Okay, I also... Suspects aside, I do have some theories on how the murder actually happened as well. It had to be some kind of poison, right? So I'm thinking they administered it to Mint, but not at the party. It was probably... There are 2 possibilities. It was either... Because you remember when we talked to Mint in his room? 2 things stood out to me, now that I know it was probably poison. The first was he kept serving us tea. So it is possible that he served other people tea, and somebody spiked that. The problem with that is that the tea was served to us. Now that I'm saying this out loud and thinking through my own theories. The other thing, so if Mint was poisoned, it would have poisoned us. However, it would have to be like a super weak poison that had to be taken in multiple doses, maybe. And if Mint drank it every time he had tea with someone, maybe it would have affected him versus like 1 dose for each guest really wouldn't feel anything. Maybe. But that, or in that same conversation, Mint was talking about like, oh, I stick lavender in my mask and breathe that when I feel anxious. It is also very possible somebody, like, sabotaged the mask, and he's just been inhaling poison this entire time, and that eventually killed him. I could also see that being the case. Either way, it's gotta be something like that. I really don't think it was anything at the party. I think the party's gonna be just a massive red herring. As do I think the attacker incident. I think that's just going to be a complete side tangent. I don't think that's really going to help us in the Mint case at all. I think it's just going to be a completely unrelated incident that we're unfortunately going to probably spend half the trial untangling. But I hope it does connect in some way. I hope that at the end of untangling the assailant incident, we get a smoking gun for Mint's case. Because then I will at least feel it was time better spent, but we'll see. Either way, that's kind of how I'm feeling about things. I don't have anything to connect either of those theories to any particular person, but I could play detective all I liked. Try to process everything as if it's a murder plot. I need to unravel the narrative of logistically. I assume that's meant to be, I need to unravel the narrative logistically. Make it easier to digest. But when it came time to find and face who took his life with their own 2 hands, I couldn't stare away from the reality in front of me. Alright. Yes, we're gonna save. Here we go. Execution better be brutal.
Usually I'd begin with a simple explanation of the trial, but considering Amelia just gave you the rundown, I don't dilly-dally too long.
Alright, before we get into this, now is a perfect time to take our break. We'll go a little bit into the trial. Maybe to the first save point? I don't know exactly when it is, but we'll go a little bit into the trial. We definitely won't do the whole thing. I doubt we'll even get halfway, but we can do a little bit of it. So, we'll take our break now. Y'all know the drill. Go to the bathroom, get a snack, get a drink of water, do whatever y'all need to do, and we'll be back to start the trial. Soul, thank you for the 5. Wild that Mint used to plague Dr. Method as stress relief. I forgot. He really did. He was like, I have lavender in my mask, and I will sniff it every time I feel anxious. Which, you know, aromatherapy, I don't blame him. It does work, but it also maybe killed him. We'll see. But until then, we'll take our quick break, and I will see you all back here for the trial in just a few minutes. Alright, welcome back everybody. Hope everyone had a good break. We're gonna hop right on into the trial. I hope it's decently voice acted. I mean, like, in quantity. I hope a decent amount of it is voice acted. Wow, I worded that poorly. All the voice actors have been doing a great job. That is not what I meant. I meant I hope a decent amount of it is voice acted, because my favorite part of when SDRA2 was dubbed was that I didn't have to do all the voices for the entire trial. So, we shall see. But anyway, let's go ahead and proceed. Yeah, I love the part where Mint actually wakes up, strolls into the trial, and is like, hey guys, I was fine the whole time. And they're like, Mint! And then we find out it was all just a big prank. You just walked the prank, and then we get to go home and throw a big early 2000s dance party.
I ought to mention that unless whoever found it specified they wanted to withhold it, I've made all evidence public. You've all got a handy little list. Aren't I helpful?
Oh, you can do that? If you find evidence, you can specify you want it withheld? Huh. So if you're the culprit, you should go and find all of your own evidence immediately.
Just know the clock is ticking, and if you're unable to come to a consensus by the time it's up, then it's game over.
That seems quite exploitable.
Let the trial of who killed prisoner 11, Mint Burn, commence!
Okay. Deep breaths. I really don't want to die. Not before erasing my browser history first.
Real and true, Queen. Also, no Mint's portrait. I love the UI on this game. It's kind of an underrated aspect, but it's really, really good.
That's your main concern here?
We don't got a lot of time. We ought to focus on the important stuff right now. I'm just struggling to think where to start.
Alright, people, strap in and listen up. First and foremost, we need to establish how Mint died.
As Miss Tambarico would put it, it was poison!
Didn't Lori already figure that out?
Not really. She figured out the state of the body, but not exactly what killed him.
My autopsy covered the state the body was in, not how it got into that state.
Exactly.
Although, there's only a certain amount of ways the body could end up like that.
Yeah, no shot. It's not like he was stabbed to death.
Still, dying in front of us all like that, it just felt so sudden.
1 minute he was talking with the rest of us, and the next minute it was like his soul just left his body.
If this was, like, if Yasuhiro was in this trial, he would then argue that his soul actually did get yanked out of his body, and that exorcism was the method of murder or some shit. No, I'm not letting what he pulled in Trial 5 go.
Well, that stuff doesn't happen magically, kid. I doubt it was all that peaceful.
Let us be delusional, Fu.
Then what did it? So many questions, but so few answers. We'll get nowhere like this.
He's right. It does seem like an easy question to answer, but it's vital we clear up what killed Mint in order to progress the case. Hi! Bet you didn't expect to see me so soon. A non-stop debate is about to start. I won't waste your time. I'm sure you know what a non-stop debate is if you're playing a Danganronpa fan game. But in this minigame, it will be your responsibility to identify the false statement in yellow text. You have to make sure you're feeded with a truth bullet. Switch, press shift. Reach a 0, game over. You did a lot of favors, you might have a bit more influence. Okay, cool. Who knew being kind and helpful could actually be beneficial? Anyway, good luck. Yeah, let's do that quick. I'm just gonna scroll. Oh, okay, we have, you know, more than I thought we did. Okay, I remember what all of these were.
His muscles were inflamed, his lungs compromised. And there were even signs of brain failure. No symptoms seemed to indicate this wasn't a rapid decline. More of a gradual deterioration.
Oh, interesting. It doesn't. Okay. Next. I believe
I just don't know
she's
how
right.
we can figure it out. It's all so strange.
Probably gonna be Mint's body.
There's no sign of what could have happened to him. He just dropped dead.
That's probably what we need to refute, but I want to see the whole debate.
So, 1 minute he was alive, and then the next minute, wow, he was dead? Just like that? Are we sure he wasn't already dying by the time breakfast rolled around?
I think that's true. I think it was because didn't she say it's been like multiple hours?
He was awful tired that whole morning. I figured he just struggled to sleep. Damn it. I should have noticed something was up.
There's nothing to be done about it now. As much as I hate to say it, there was probably no way of saving him at breakfast.
I think she's right. I think this was a bit of a long-term thing. Must be something I'm missing. Can I look at my bullets? Okay, I guess I can't read the details.
His lungs compromised. And there were even signs of brain failure. No symptoms seemed to indicate this wasn't a rapid decline. More of a gradual deterioration.
I'm gonna guess. I guess I'll go with the body because it wasn't cyanide. Cyanide is quick. Okay. Next.
I just don't know how we can figure it out. It's all so strange. There's no sign of what could have happened to him. He just dropped dead.
This might be the wrong bullet, but I do think this is what I need to refute. Okay, we're cool. I got it. Never doubted myself.
Huh? Did I mess up already? Did I say something wrong? I'm sorry.
Oh, girl.
There is a sign of what could have happened to him. Dr. Elenius' assessment of his body indicates he died from a mixture of brain and respiratory failure. If you pair that with the muscle contractions, it seems like Mint's body shut down from the inside. So his cause of death was likely some kind of poisoning.
That's sort of vague, kid. Poisoning doesn't narrow it down all that much. Water poisoning and lead poisoning are both poisonings, but have very different effects. And alcohol poisoning, that's just a sign of a good night out.
Okay, man.
True, but it gives us a starting point to work from. If we're able to narrow down what poisons were available, then we can match them to the autopsy to figure out what kind of poisoning it was.
But the whole prison is stocked full of medications, gases, and who knows what that could have been used to poison him. How on earth are we gonna narrow that down in the short amount of time we've got? Especially when none of us are exactly, you know, the ultimate poison expert or whatever.
I know my stuff.
Alright, man. He's definitely into some, like, organized crime shit.
Of course you do.
Yeah.
A lot of the murder seems fairly meticulously planned. I believe the murderer timed the poisoning so Mint would die precisely at breakfast.
Why would they want to do that? That's majorly messed up. I don't think anyone here would want everyone to see someone die in front of them.
To shock, maybe? Distract us? It certainly did throw us off the investigation.
Delaying the poisoning likely helped obscure the cause of death. Even if just slightly.
Either way, it's clear the killer had a fairly comprehensive knowledge of the poison they used. And I doubt many of us are experts on obscure poisons. Aside from Dr. Elenius, perhaps.
You literally have a plant on your lapel, girl. I know that doesn't necessarily mean she's a poison expert, but...
That's not an accusation, just an observation. I don't mean any offense.
None taken.
If that's the case, unless Lori is the killer, it's likely a more commonly known poison was used.
If only there was an extremely well-known poison discarded right at the scene of the crime. Oh, wait!
It's not, Lyra, no.
That bottle of cyanide!
No.
Oh my god, that's crazy!
That does seem mega sus. Looks like we found found our poison. Great job, team. A round of applause for everyone.
Deep breath in. Deep breath out.
Huh. But how would they have poisoned him with it? It's got such a distinctive smell. I feel like you'd pick up something was funny with it.
Right. You'd have to slip them into some sort of food or something, drown out the smell and taste.
But it can't have been the party food. All of us ate that. Why would only Mint be poisoned?
Perhaps we've developed an immunity.
That's...
I'm sure if you consume enough poison, then you'd be able to withstand it. Aha! I've got it!
Okay, so we're very clearly figuring out who our Yasuhiros, who our Kazuichis, who our Tenkos are of the group.
Maybe we should all start microdosing on cyanide. Then none of us could ever die of it again.
That's really not how it works, King. AKA the characters that are just consistently wrong because we need someone to be wrong in the non-stop debates.
No, just... no, that's not how it works.
Thank you, Alora.
Maybe it was only something Mint ate at the party?
True, the killer could have just poisoned one small item at the party and it was just the person who happened to eat it. They could have not had a set victim in mind, might have not cared who they killed. If anything, randomizing the process would help them obscure their identity by disconnecting the crime from any sort of interpersonal bullshit.
Would you be able to live with yourself if you accidentally killed someone kind, though? Or one of your friends?
Apparently.
I doubt it was at the party. Cyanide is incredibly strong. If he consumed it at the party, he likely would have died earlier.
And the symptoms of cyanide poisoning, don't you like foam at the mouth? Isn't that a very distinct thing? The way Mint did it was very like lethargic. He just kind of like slumped over, you know? It wasn't a very violent, sudden reaction. Oh, Ripley, going to bed because it's 3 a.m. and just got back from work, but hope you enjoyed the trial. Thank you! We just started. I doubt I'm gonna get to the end tonight, but we're gonna get through some of it. I'm very intrigued. I have a few theories.
And what the hell was poisoned with the cyanide?
Nothing! It was a bluff! 'Twas a little trick, a little prank. Someone's feeling a little bit silly. Right. It can only be... Okay, well... the breakfast, I guess, but...
I've got it. The breakfast.
Sorry, this is such a, like, oddly specific thing. I don't know who made the UI for the cut-ins, but I noticed it on the pre-trial portraits, and I'm noticing it on the, like, I got it cut-in. I think the brush used on, like, the X's and the You Got It cut-in are in a specific art program that I've used in the past. I'm just wondering if it's the same program or if I'm making things up.
Huh? What?
We had all gathered that morning to have breakfast. If the breakfast was poisoned with cyanide, then wouldn't that explain how quickly he died?
Loud incorrect buzzer. He had symptoms from, like, hours old.
Not to mention, the breakfast reeked of almonds this morning. Surefire sign of cyanide contamination.
Loud incorrect buzzer.
Our breakfast? It was... Oh no. I'm so sorry, I didn't mean to. I'm sorry, just execute me right now.
Okay, it is IBIS paint. Okay. That was my hypothesis, because I'm like, I've used that brush before. That's so cool. I was just wondering if I actually was correct in that assertion. It's not the breakfast. Come on, guys. Let's bump our brain cells together. They gotta put me in this trial. I would solve it in 10 minutes.
Whoa, slow down there, Mai. No one was accusing you yet.
Well, I don't think it's the case, but we can't rule it out.
Are you serious?
All of the evidence points to the breakfast being contaminated with cyanide.
Right, yes, but we just talked about how it couldn't have been the party food that poisoned him because everyone else would have shown signs of poisoning too. I don't mean to sound rude, but it doesn't make sense to me. Not to mention, we hadn't even started eating breakfast that morning.
Right. Micah was waiting for everyone else to arrive before serving it.
So maybe Maiko did poison it, but...
Yeah. It was really fucking annoying. I was starving.
But if that breakfast really was poisoned, then if we had eaten it, then all of us...
Huh? Wait, does that mean I saved everyone?
Sure, girl.
Huh. Guess it does in a way. We should probably thank you.
I'm just glad we all ended up okay. That would have been super not good.
Non-triangle, thank you for the 2. Barbie Rumba, ultimate detective. Okay, I wouldn't go that far. I wouldn't go quite that far. I've had my fair share of being completely off base, but thank you. Kenneth, thank you for the 5. Like if you want to see Barbie in an actual Danganronpa fan game. Ooh. I don't know how well I do. In an actual killing game, I think I'd be cooked. I don't know. I don't know what role I would have. I feel like I could make it to the end, but I could also very easily fuck up and get killed. Like, I don't know. I don't think I'd kill anybody. I'm too much. I feel like I'd be too bad of a liar to get away with a trial. I think I'd just try my best to be on the defensive the whole time and survive, but I could get jumped.
Tell me about it. The only thing worse than one dead body is 12 dead bodies.
Thanks, Taka.
You really believe someone was trying to get us all killed?
I kind of think it's a bluff. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, if that freaky-ass suicide pact has anything to do with it.
Why would you leave a note? Who was the note for? Yeah.
Hell of a way to end the game, huh?
I think you're all. I think it's full of shit. I think it's a lie.
Theatrics. Very extra.
The breakfast is a lie.
A bit too early in the game for that kind of nonsense, don't you think? If you're breaking down this badly over the first motive, I don't know how you're gonna handle the rest of this.
As much as I hate to say it, unless this was specifically a red herring the killer plans it, I don't think Soul bears much relevance to the case. Unless Mint had breakfast earlier, which I doubt as no food appeared to be missing. There's no way he died from consuming the tainted breakfast.
You might be right. The autopsy doesn't exactly align perfectly with the key signs of cyanide poisoning either.
So it was someone else's plan, separate from Mint's murder.
We got there, guys. It only took them like 10 minutes, but we got there.
Even if it ain't got much relevance to the case, I'd rather figure out who did it sooner rather than later.
That's nice, Fu. But need I remind you, we are specifically on a 2-hour timer here. If we determine it doesn't have much relevance to the case, I think we gotta move on, bro. I know you want to figure it out, but we can do that upstairs.
I don't give a shit if you decide to throw your life away and kill yourself here. Just don't decide you can take me with you.
Takiko, Asuga...
No. We are actually gonna talk about
they'd have
this.
the best chance to do it.
Why are you all so dumb?
Those 3? Hold on, no way! They're all way too nice!
Who cares? It doesn't have anything to do with the murder. We just proved that. Who cares right now?
Didn't know we had rats in the fucking kitchen.
Oh shit, I forgot about the rat poison. We do have literal rats in the kitchen. But rat poison wouldn't smell like almonds. Maybe the rat poison didn't have anything to do with it. But like, I feel like it had, in a case about poison, the rat poison had to have come into play at some point.
Huh? I didn't! No, hold on! I wouldn't want to hurt everyone like that!
Sugi wouldn't do that. There's no way, Jose. That's the exact opposite of what she stands for.
You know, she's so keen on sharing everything equally and being fair. I wonder if sharing death is a part of that.
They jumped in front of a knife, bruh.
Hey! Hold on, it ain't like that. Not at all. Isn't that a bit of a leap to make here?
I believe in you, Sugi.
How on earth are you you trying to prove I'd want to kill everyone by pointing out I'm considerate and care about people? Are you stupid?
You commie types always get extreme with it. Always pushes a line.
Foo, you can't... Get him out of here. Get him out of here.
Ah, yes. The extreme dangers of kindness and equality. Truly, what has our society come to?
Drag him, Lyra.
Do I need to remind you that she was stabbed and stuck in an infirmary all night? Sugi is the one person here who couldn't have done it.
Well, no, I didn't say that.
So, wait. What? It's either you or Maiko who could have done it?
I'm sorry, please don't kill me!
Oh my god.
It could have been anyone.
It could have been anyone. What are we talking about?
I anticipated people would be hungover this morning, so we prepped the breakfast in advance before the party. Just so we wouldn't have to worry about it the next day. Sugi can back me up here.
Oh, okay, then it actually could have been anyone. I'm sorry, Takiko. I should have let you finish.
Right. We did it after we made Maiko's cake together.
You guys cooked together and you didn't invite me?
I guess it was a Yuri moment and you weren't invited, Maiko. I'm sorry.
It was to make your birthday cake. We didn't want to ruin the surprise.
Either way, we popped the breakfast in the fridge after that. Anyone could have come in yesterday afternoon and tainted it. There's no way me or Sugi could have poisoned it without the other noticing.
Huh. It really could be anyone.
So that's a loose end for now.
Why are we even talking about this? It bears no relevance on the case, and I would not be as, like, crashing out about this if they didn't establish a very clear time limit.
I suppose it doesn't matter too much. It doesn't seem too relevant to the
Thank you, Ismini. Please, can we move on?
It
No,
still would be
no,
good to know.
no!
I don't want some freak around here walking about freely thinking I want to be part of their dumbass suicide pact.
We can all sit in the canteen after the trial and talk about this. We are on a time limit.
We can always discuss it after the trial.
Thank you, Alora. Thank God one singular human being in this room has a brain cell.
I am curious, though.
Please shut the fuck up! All of you, shut up! See, this is why I couldn't be in a trial. I would actually be losing my shit at people, and then people would hate me, and probably want to kill me.
What would happen if someone committed suicide? Would we still have a trial? I mean, it's not like there's any killer left to punish.
By most rules, yes, we would still have a trial.
Oh, I'm glad you asked. If someone decided to pussy out and kick the bucket, which, like, you shouldn't, because it's super boring for the viewers,
Tell that to the number of fangans that have had suicide trials.
then we wouldn't have a trial.
Oh.
Once the body was found, we'd inform you it was a suicide and let you continue your life in the prison as normal.
Huh. That's interesting. Not what I expected him to say.
I see. That's kind of sad. It would feel like your death meant nothing.
I think you would take that as good news. It means you all wouldn't have to go through the trouble of doing a trial.
If you didn't see any value in keeping it, why should we value it?
Non-triangle, thank you very much for the 2. It's not Danganronpa without pointless interruptions. I guess, but that doesn't mean I have to like it.
I don't know. I just like the idea of people still thinking about me after I die.
That's nice, sweetie.
Don't tell me. You're one of those people who fantasize about attending your own funeral to see what people are saying.
I fear she definitely is.
Well, I'd want to make sure they aren't saying mean things.
Oh, that's a lot to unpack.
Then keep living life to make sure they've got nothing bad to say.
Thanks, Queen.
Similarly, if you die of anything other than murder, like sickness, starvation, succumbing to injuries 3 or more days after they were inflicted, you won't get a trial either. We'll just get rid of your body and move on.
Oh, that's interesting. Succumbing to injuries 3 or more days after they were inflicted. So Mint must have been poisoned. At least with another dose. in the last 3 days. Interesting. So if you like stab somebody and they hold on and fight for their life in the infirmary and then die on day 4, you're not a murderer. Interesting.
Wait, but what if that stuff was directly caused by another prisoner?
Don't matter, I guess.
Will there really be no justice for that?
You better die faster, I guess.
If you want to take it into your own hands and do some vigilante justice and make cause for a real trial, be my guest. I can't exactly stop you if you commit suicide, but it would be a shame if one of you decided to just kick the bucket as soon as you got a corrupt vote. At least let us broadcast your misery.
Oh, that's...
As morbid as that was, I suppose that rules out one possibility. If Mint killed himself, we wouldn't be having this trial right now.
Which leaves us with 11 suspects, a dead lead, and no idea what Mint was poisoned with.
I have many ideas on what Mint was poisoned with, but we gotta let the others catch up.
Well, let's try and see what other substances could have been used to poison Mint. See if there are any more valid.
Is this when we're gonna circle back to the crack lines? It's gotta be, right? It's gotta be.
Well, there's that
Yep.
white powder from the medicine storage.
Ah, right. The mysterious poison.
Y'all can't see it, but I'm like staring into the camera like Jim from The Office right now. Stop doing that! Stop! Taka, I'm gonna need you to stop. Who talks like that? Who talks like that? Asterisk, gasp, asterisk, dash.
Right, that.
I wasn't able to take a look at it and identify it. I apologize. I was focused on the body.
I really don't think it needs identifying.
Unlike cyanide, it could have
Please, please.
It's possible the killer drugged Mint with it during the party.
We cannot drag this bit out any longer, I beg of you.
Hey, hang on. 2 people went into the medicine storage during the party, didn't they?
Please, someone with a brain, please speak up. Alora gets a pass because she said she didn't examine it, but like, literally anyone. Kenneth, thank you for the 5. If it was a suicide, they'd still find a way to execute somebody. See, you would think, but apparently not. Apparently, we just don't have a trial, which is interesting. I like the shakeup. I like the shakeup because every other Fengen I've seen, they don't care. They're like, a death is death. Figure it out, losers. You know. Right. There were only 2 people who were missing for a good duration of the party. Lyra and Ezekiel were snorting lines. Like, this is not difficult to figure out.
Zeke, Lyra, you 2 weren't present for the first half of the party, weren't you?
Soul, thank you for the 2. Okay, Miss Sneef. Hey, that's different. That's different. That's like a pathetic crying little sneef. That's not snorting. That's not inhaling. There's a difference, trust.
Were you in the medicine storage by any chance?
Yeah, we were. What about it? Just cause we were in the room doesn't mean we had anything to do with it.
We have to cook, Lyra. We have to cook.
Anyone could have gone to it after the party and gotten whatever shit they wanted.
You 2 had the best opportunity out of all of us here.
We were both in there together. It doesn't seem like much of a golden opportunity to me. If one of us took something, then the other would have seen.
Mononeko, out of curiosity, what would you do if 2 people killed someone at the same time? Is it possible for people to work together on a murder?
Alora asking actually good questions. We love to see it, Queen. In a room full of apparent morons. I like Alora a lot. I kind of get the vibe, though, that she's a Chapter 3 death. I don't know. I could see victim, I could see killer, but I feel like she's gonna die Chapter 3. I very much get that impression. There's no way she's too smart. She's one of the only intelligent people in this room.
Damn. That timing would have to be pretty precise.
Ha ha ha. Ha ha ha. Yeah, you'd have to be like... you'd have to be really in sync to do something like that.
I've only really thought about what we do if 2 trial, and the other killer would get off scot-free. But I guess if two people somehow killed the same person at the same time, they'd both be the killer. They'd both get executed if they were caught, or both get to go free if they got away with it.
We might have another double killer. Okay, okay. Interesting.
What the hell are you suggesting?
Not in this case,
You can't
but later.
think I killed Mint.
Now that this information is out in the open, we could very much have a situation where two people who are really, really close decide to double team.
He was.
Are you finally gonna open up, Zeke, or are you gonna crash out again?
Even if you put the fact that Zeke would have literally killed anyone else here, including me, before he even thought about hurting Mint aside. Logistically, how would we even create a situation where the two of us both poisoned Mint and both became the killer?
Very easily, I fear. You both put your hand on the bottle, and you both pour it at the same time. No, I feel like that would not be difficult.
True. Then what exactly were you doing?
What do you mean? What do you mean?
What was that substance?
I just proposed a very easy way that could have happened. Non-triangle, thank you so much for another 2. You'd have to be pretty precise. Get out of my head! Akira, leave me alone! Exactly. Thank you very much.
Well, I mean, I don't really want to tell you, but it's not gonna help anyone if I keep it hidden.
Come on, let's just... We gotta move on.
There's, like, no way you can have a fun party with only 3 drinks. No offense. So I thought I'd go and get myself a little more buzzed in my own time. Zeke wanted to join, and, you know, I'm not one to say no. If someone wants to do something, who am I to stop them? So I kinda maybe sorta crushed up a load of painkillers and Prozac and did some lines of them with Zeke.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't, like, actual crack, but you know what I mean.
You told me it was crack.
He did actually think it was crack. That's great.
Why the hell would I waste crack on you? That shit's expensive.
And you would know that how exactly?
Just look at how Lyra talks. I think she makes it pretty clear she's not opposed to doing things like crack.
Sorry, didn't mean to drive away your potential customers.
Ha! I'm surprised she hasn't called her Walter White yet.
You guys did drugs at my birthday party?
Alcohol's technically a drug, Maiko.
Oh, no. That's so nice. Oh, that's fine.
No, it's nice. It's so nice.
Huh. Guess that tracks as to why Zeke was so buzzed, even with the drinking record saying he was sober.
Glad you're with us, Dracul. I figured that out the second they showed me those lines.
His behavior at the party should have been a good enough indicator, no matter why.
Zol, thank you for the 2. Sharing is caring. Apparently so. Apparently so.
I don't know why on earth you thought that was a smart idea in a killing game.
Alora, Queen, I'm gonna let you in on a little secret. I think you're the only person in this room with an IQ above room temperature.
Yeah,
Except
I'm
maybe
worried
Fu.
she'll get pissy with me later. Right now, I think we should focus on the actual murder case.
So far, Fu also has not done anything mind-bogglingly stupid yet, but we'll see. Actually, Takiko hasn't either, or Suga. There's a few people who haven't yet, but...
Wait, I don't get it. Zeke was definitely messed up. But if you did them together, then why did you seem perfectly sober?
Tolerance, baby.
Especially when you'd already had 3 drinks. It doesn't really track.
It's gotta be tolerance. I feel like Lyra's past had a lot of substance abuse, unfortunately.
I'm just less of a lightweight. I've got better tolerance for that stuff.
Yeah.
She's developed an immunity.
Oh my god.
See, I told you it would work.
Taka, that's not okay.
Stop trying to get us to microdose on cyanide. It's a horrible idea.
Very much so.
But if the cyanide isn't connected to the case at all, and the white powder isn't really all that poisonous, then what other substances are left that Mint could have been poisoned with?
Well, Asuga, if we think about it for more than 5 seconds, you'll remember a couple of things. The first being the fact that we still have an entire infirmary full of possible toxins and, like, chemical labs. Just because it wasn't that one white powder doesn't mean they couldn't have overdosed on literally anything else in there. Second of all, we have an entire conservatory, which could very much have dangerous and toxic plants. There are many possible sources of poison that we have yet to discuss.
I'm not entirely sure. I think we might be at a bit of a dead end.
What?
I've just wasted more time.
Shinku. I mean, I agree very much with the second part. I've been saying that for the past half hour. But a bit of a dead end? There are so many avenues we have yet to explore.
Just one moment.
Thank you, Alora. Save us. Please, God, save us.
We haven't entirely wasted time.
This music is louder. Okay.
I believe there's one substance we've neglected to mention. One that might just be it.
Zol, thank you very much for the 2. I fear what would happen if Taka escaped the game. Don't even start. Taka would never win this game, I fear. Unless he's deliberately playing up his lack of intelligence. He's definitely on the lower rung of the intelligence tier list.
Really? Dr. Elenius, I don't mean to doubt your judgment.
What?
We followed all the leads we can.
Since when? Since when? Since when? Since when? Since when? We followed all the leads we can? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? It took me 5 seconds to think of at least 2 other possible leads. Shinku!
There's one possibility we've neglected to mention. But do not worry. Just listen closely. I'm here to help.
I don't even want to argue against Alora. She's probably right. Hello again. I have to apologize. You're about to play a Doki Doki Deliberation. Ooh, okay. Various questions. You have to answer them correctly to charm them. I'm willing to charm Alora. Once your partner has been charmed, you'll be allowed to advance. When you reach the final day, your heart gauge will max out and you have to create a new truth. Okay, so we are agreeing with Alora. Okay, good. I was gonna say, I cannot imagine a world where Alora is wrong. I'm so very sorry for this minigame. Nah, original minigames are hype. Oh, she's so pretty.
Yada yada. What a mystery we have on our hands.
This is insane and ridiculous, and I adore it. This is hilarious. The whole style change, too. This is killing me.
The poison is unlikely to be something obscure or hard to locate within the prison. I doubt any Nyan would know how to use most toxins to their advantage. It must have also been something that would be easy to pick up or find in the prison without too much of a search.
Anything you say, girl.
After all, if they weren't able to pick it up covertly, or had to spend an extended amount of time looking for it, then the killer would have been caught.
Can we play as Alora, please? She's the only one spitting any sort of facts. Even the people who haven't said anything outright dumb have not contributed at all to the trial yet. It is literally Alora carrying it on her back.
In short, this poison must have been
easily accessible, as toxic as you, in the medicine storage. I think the correct answer is easily accessible. In the medicine storage is also maybe possible, but definitely easily accessible.
good. That's right. Very sugoi. Tell them like you mean it, Kutsuki.
Yippee, affection.
Now, alongside being easily accessible to the killer, there must have been something they knew how to use. Not to insult anyone's intelligence here, I just doubt any Nyan has an encyclopedic knowledge of poisons. If you did, that would be mildly concerning.
Yeah, we're not gonna worry about that. Like how, like Fu? Like Fu? Wait, Fu had an encyclopedic knowledge of cyanide.
But, considering that it must have been
Why hasn't that come up yet?
it's most likely for the poison to be what?
I'm surprised that hasn't come up. That would be a very logical point to bring up, that Fu knew the symptoms of cyanide poisoning. Just one chance, Alora! Just one chance! Just one chance, Alora! Please, 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 please! I want to pick it so bad. I want to pick it so bad. Please! It's a household item, I know that, but...
So what, like bleach? Not necessarily, but something along those lines, you know?
Please, bear with this for now. So the poison used must have been a widely used household item, easily available to any Yan within the prison. But it must have not been too strong. Given how Mint's body indicates his death was a slow decline, as opposed to a rapid shutdown, it's likely the poison is something harmful to humans after long-term exposure, but fairly harmless in the short term. What is something we specifically made available in the prison that fits that criteria?
The rat poison! Schrodinger's rat poison! But rat poison's anemic. He had to have been huffing it. That's the only way.
And thus, we have our answer.
Who said rat poison? Who said the rat poison was gonna be relevant? Who said it? Who said it from the moment?
What on earth was that?
Don't worry about it, Shinku. Who said rat poison? Who said rat poison from the moment it was brought up? I knew. That was Schrodinger's rat poison. God, I'm good.
Let's never speak of that again. But yes, it's likely the rat poison was used in the murder.
I'm sorry, not Schrodinger's rat poison, Chekhov's rat poison. Schrodinger's rat poison is a different thought experiment. Chekhov. I meant Chekhov's rat poison.
The one you created?
Unfortunately, it appears that is the case. The type I manufactured, strychnine, is incredibly effective as a rat poison.
Zol, thank you for the 2. Alora, you can't take my heart. She can take mine. She can have mine. It's all hers. Oh, did she make a rat poison that maybe wasn't anemic then? Again, either that or he was breathing it in.
That unfortunately comes with the caveat that only a small amount of it is required to cause serious effects. Effects such as muscle soreness and spasms, fatigue, respiratory issues, and brain damage.
The exact symptoms Mint showed.
Shit. It does line up perfectly.
I have this case down packed.
Plus, we scattered that stuff all over the canteen. Anyone could have picked up a whole bunch.
Wait, those forbidden fruity pebbles?
Taka. Taka, please tell me you didn't eat it.
The what?
The little red pebbles worry me. They look so good.
Taka, no.
But apparently, I couldn't have a taste because they were poisonous and would kill me, blah, blah, blah. People hate me having fun.
I mean, you can be my guest. You won't have a trial, apparently, but...
If I'm not meant to eat them, why do they look so nice?
Taka definitely did the Tide Pod challenge, didn't he?
I told you before, even if you did manage to consume them safely, they're entirely tasteless, so you wouldn't get any enjoyment out of them.
Entirely tasteless, you say?
Wait, so they're entirely tasteless?
Yes, odorless too.
And odorless, you say?
So they could have been slipped into anything without Mint being clued in. He'd be none the wiser.
You're right. Seems we found our poison.
Even with it being completely tasteless, I doubt he
He was huffing it! They just put him in his mask or his plants or some shit. That's gotta be it. Also, Dracul, why are you sweating so much, bruh?
Maybe someone slipped it into his coffee or something?
Nope.
I know we didn't eat breakfast, but some of you grabbed coffee.
It was in the mask.
Right?
It was in the mask. It had to be.
Drink coffee. Was worried about what the caffeine would do to his body.
I offered him some, but he didn't want it.
Did you guys eat or drink anything else that morning?
It was the mask.
Hey, Pigtails was handing out those water and painkillers, right?
Huh? Yeah, of course. I figured everyone would be hungover, so I got them ready for when people would wake up.
It wouldn't be all that hard to slip out a painkiller for one of those little rat poison pellets, would it?
You would notice if you drank. Like, you take pills, unless you're saying you put a painkiller and dissolved it in the water, but I don't think that's how taking painkillers works. They're like little pills that you put in your hand and then put in your mouth.
What are you implying?
You're smart. You can figure it out.
Nah, this is a red herring.
Hey, hold on! What reason would she have to even do that? Her sister was already chosen. She had no reason to kill.
Unless she wanted to get revenge.
She did seem a little off after her sister was picked.
No shit, she seemed off. Anyone would be after seeing someone they care about having their life uprooted.
I love Lyra.
Ah, just like you and Callum.
Oh, I know I'm not catching strays from put Coda in. Do it.
Ha!
Me and Takiko are totally different situations.
I love Lyra. I want her to live for a while so she can keep being iconic.
Right? It's different with sisters.
Right.
But then why'd she go for Minty? He was more than willing to put his hostage in.
Well, I ain't hearing any other way he could have been poisoned.
I can't think of another way he could have been poisoned. Mask, mask, mask. Now that I think of it, it's impossible Takiko could have poisoned him in that way. Yeah, that's proved by Dracul's account, drinking record, suicide pact. Ooh, probably the drinking record, right? Or no. Shit, I don't know. He didn't drink, he wouldn't be hungover.
I've got it.
That's it, that's it, that's it.
Takiko couldn't have swapped out the painkillers like that, since Mint wouldn't have taken one from her in the first place.
Took me a second, but I got there.
Mint wasn't hungover. He didn't drink anything. The drinking record proves
Yeah.
Damn right. He was against the whole thing altogether.
Exactly. I gave Zeke a painkiller, sure, but I didn't even think about offering Mint one. I didn't think he needed it.
Okay, so we ruled out the painkillers being swapped out. What else could have done it?
Once again, I think it's unlikely.
Can we listen to Alora? She's literally never been wrong.
He was exposed to it in another way.
Guess the question remains how. It's kinda hard to think of a way he could have been exposed to it for so long that wouldn't have gotten the rest of us exposed and poisoned too.
There's no way it's not the mask. I'm gonna be so... I will apologize if I'm wrong, but I'm so confident.
Hard, but not impossible.
There was something Mint had that was unique, something he always had on him, which if messed with, could ensure Mint would be breathing in the rat poison constantly. New minigame? Oh, I would like to save. Okay, we might stop here. As much as I don't want to leave you guys in suspense, this is probably our best save point. So... yeah, we're gonna stop here. But I've already got the answer locked and loaded. For sure. Alright, let's go ahead and move over. All right. I'm feeling confident, at least if not in who it was, because right now we haven't really talked. We don't really have any evidence pertaining to people yet, but in terms of how the crime went down, I feel like we're doing good stuff. I'm surprised we haven't gone off on a tangent about the other assailant yet, but I'm glad we haven't, because I don't want to go on a long side tangent if it has nothing to do with anything. I hope I'm wrong and it is relevant. That's the best case scenario. I feel like if it was irrelevant, it might have been the first half of the trial was just talking about that incident. So the fact we're already getting into, regardless of how we're getting into it, the fact we've already figured out the rat poison is a good sign. Happy you're enjoying the trial, regards of the hashtags. Listen, whenever I call the characters idiots, it's not entirely a dig at, it's not entirely a dig at the overall quality. It's just me pointing out some of the things they say are not things I would have said. But I'm very interested to see how it plays out, indeed. Every Fangan's gotta have their handful of morons, I fear. I can think of a good number of them, but I'm very interested. I like the case is making sense, and that's important. Like, how do I word this? It's very, writing cases for me is the most difficult part of like mystery games, in death games is writing the logistics of the cases. It's hard as fuck. And I think it's an accomplishment when I've only seen a few times where it's been done really, really well, so I tend to give a decent amount of grace to fangans in that regard, because I know how hard it is to write the good logistics of a case. So I tend to give a little bit of leeway, is my point here. But the case makes sense. I can follow it, which is already a step above. So that's good. Foreshadowing was done well. I'm following the logic of events. I wish we didn't go off on quite as many side tangents, but it's Danganronpa. I know that's part of the game. You gotta have your handful of idiots, you know. Can't wait for the mini game where Shinku goes on a date with Dracul. I'm sure we'll get there eventually. Not even worried about it. I really liked the new mini games. I wonder if this next one's gonna be original too. We're just gonna have to wait and see. Anytime a fangan does original mini games, I think it's really, really cool. So you always get bonus points with me if you do an original mini game. That's fun. The caveat is it has to be fun. If you have an original mini game and it's the worst thing I've ever played, I cannot give you the bonus points for that. But most of the ones I've seen have been very creative and fun. So I was quite a big fan of that. But yeah, I think that's gonna be it from me for now. We're gonna be doing some more spooky visual novels tomorrow. I gotta figure out what I'm doing for next week. My goal is, though, next stream we will finish out the chapter, and then we'll be done with Antebellum for a bit, at least until chapter 2 comes out. So we'll see how that ends up going. I'm very, very excited. We'll probably just stream Antebellum as the chapters come out from now on. I don't know if they release, like, Daily Deadly. I don't know if they release, like, the entire chapter, or if Daily comes out and then there's another wait and then Deadly comes out. Either way, we'll figure it out. But yeah, I think that's gonna be it. Who are our top 3? Let's have a look-see. Number 3, we have Kenneth. Number 2, we have Non-Triangle. And number 1, we have Zol. Thank you guys so much. I always appreciate it very much. Appreciate everybody taking some time out of their Saturday, or maybe Sunday, depending on where you live, to come hang out, come watch some fangans. Always love mystery solving. This is why mysteries are my favorite game genre, because I love trying to theorize and crack the case along with the characters, even when I'm wrong. Which, don't get me wrong, I've been wrong a lot of times, but that's also fun. So I very much enjoy doing these, is my point. But yeah, alright. Until next time then, I hope all of you have a great rest of your night, rest of your weekend, and a great start to your week. And I will see you all next time. Bye-bye!